What up, everybody? Happy Sunday morning, week 3, fantasy-focused community, TCK Potters. Thank you for joining us once again for another 3-hour segment of Start Sit, joined by my man, Levi, Bucky, and Bob. My name is Sky Guasca, host of the Candlestick Kids Fantasy Football Podcast. We have all of your Start Sit questions, Q&A coming up in just a second. But before we get into this, we're going to take just 1 minute and pay our condolences and respects to an absolute juggernaut pillar in the fantasy football community that we unfortunately lost over the weekend. If you are unfamiliar, my good man, my biggest inspiration in fantasy football, all of us here at the Fantasy Focus community and TCK Potters and fantasy football wide lose a big one this weekend. Unfortunately, Mike Tagliere, co-host of the Fantasy Pros podcast, also worked at Pro Football Focus for quite a few years, lost his battle to COVID over the weekend. He was in the hospital for about 6 weeks. His beautiful wife, Tabby, and the kids here were updating us on Twitter, and unfortunately it turned for the worse for Tags over the weekend, and he passed away yesterday. So we are here to talk football. I know Tags wants us to move on and talk football, and that's absolutely what we're going to do. But Mike Tagliere was a huge inspiration for me, literally the reason I do what I do and started in 2018. He popped on the show with me on the TCK pod just a couple months ago over the summer, talking about some players that we were looking to grab off, get ahead of, some trade targets and some teammate debates. We had a great time talking music and life in general and work life and everything else. So want to give respects to Mike Tagliere. And also today, for everybody who is donating, we are donating 100% of our proceeds today through Super Chat or Venmo, which I'll let Bobby explain coming up here in just a second. We're going to donate everything that you all contribute to us this morning. We're donating all of that to Mike Tagliere's GoFundMe account. The link is right here in the chat, and get that to Tabby and the kids as well. So once again, Mike Tagliere of Fantasy Pros unfortunately passes away this week, and we'll go around the horn quickly, boys, pay our condolences, and we will get going for this morning. Some bummer news to kick off, obviously, but we want to pay our respects to really just, I can't, if you're not in this as much as we are and you don't know who Mike Tagliere was, I can't explain how much he meant to the fantasy football community.
Yes, Guy, he was a huge inspiration for me personally and really loved all of his input, his insight. We're going to miss Tags, and, we just got to get through today. Again, all proceeds go to Mike Tags and his family. Please, folks, let us feel that love, because it's a hurtful thing to go through, and just condolences to the family and everyone that was associated with Tags. It's great that you had that experience with him on the show there, Sky. So rest in peace, Mike.
Yeah, for me, it really just comes down to the fact that I just love how he brought the analytics that we talk about all the time to the forefront on his podcast. And just for me, he's been one of those people where I said, all right, he talked about his story, about how he just quit his full-time job and he just jumped into the industry. Honestly, it hits home for me, that story. And losing him is tough, not only just as for the community itself, but just like understanding like this guy lived our dream. And it's just, I admire him for what he did. He laid the groundwork for a lot of us, so he'll be missed, and he will not be forgotten.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself, guys. Tough pill to swallow. The guy's a pillar in the community, well-respected everywhere. Like you said, an inspiration to us. So RIP Tags, and all the fantasy-focused TCK community. Appreciate the support today. Like we all said, all of the Super Chat proceeds will be going to the GoFundMe. So appreciate the support. And let's kick it off for week 3, gentlemen, shall we? So we got Fragger joining us early.
What's up, Fraggy?
I know his league is full point PPR because I already hit him in the comments for you, Sky, just to make sure. But he said, I traded David Montgomery for Kamara. People love to freak out after bad weeks. Yeah, absolutely, man. Take advantage of that when people are freaking out. But his question: pick my flex: Keenan Allen, Antonio Gibson, Chris Godwin, and Julio Jones. Full point PPR. Buck, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time sitting Keenan Allen here today. I'm going to go Keenan Allen.
I'm going to go Allen as well.
I am actually going to go Allen. Got to love that game flow against Kansas City.
Oh, man. I want to say Antonio Gibson, but I'm actually going to agree with you. Chris Godwin's kind of appealing with no AB, but I am going to stick with Keenan Allen as well. So let's go. Good luck.
I'm going to throw this out here because this is going to happen all day long. AB's out, and actually, Bobo, maybe you should run through some sheets here as we get going and update things before we get too far in here, so people are aware of what's going on. But AB being out is going to come up a lot this morning, along with other players, and I just don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Ramsey. That's my only concern there.
Yeah, that's good news, guys. And I highlight this because I brought up shadow coverage matchups. Something that's notable, Jalen Ramsey is now the starting slot corner for the Rams. He leads that team in slot coverage snaps. He's going to face off a lot today against Chris Godwin. I thought that was extremely notable. That's why Allen Robinson had such a slow day, because he actually faced Jalen Ramsey inside and out. So that was good. That's something notable for Chris Godwin.
Right. Morning, Scott.
Thanks, Scott, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah,
Respect.
thanks, man.
Appreciate it as always. We Boston. Should I start Mike Evans or Mike Davis in the flex? Bob, who you got?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Mike Evans thing here because, first off, Mike Davis, Cordell Patterson's a thing now. And I'm a little concerned there. Atlanta does have an average match against the Giants, but I think Mike Evans is going to actually see a lot of work. The Rams are giving up more passing game to the outside than the inside this year because of that Jalen Ramsey nugget I just put up. So I'm going to go with Mike Evans here.
Folks, please put your format in the comments section. It really helps us tremendously, especially a question like running back versus receiver. In a bubble right now, I'm taking Mike Evans.
Bucky?
I'm going to go Mikey Evans here.
Man, we are 2 for 2. Clean sweeps to start the day. Week 3.
Nailed it.
Love it. This one's tough. Sky, kick us off here for Aaron in a half-point PPR. Sermon or Pollard has Zeke as well.
Yeah, this one hits home here. I'm a 49er fan, and this one's a bit tough. I'm going to go with Sermon only because everybody else is injured, straight up. I mean, if it was Elijah Mitchell and Sermon coming back healthy, JaMychal Hasty also being in the mix, I would scratch Sermon. I would go with the backup, quote unquote, with Tony Pollard. But because Sermon is literally the last one left for now, except for practice squad reps, I'm going to go with Sermon here and cross your fingers. But Tony Pollard has significantly outpaced Zeke so far in 2 weeks. But Philly's pretty tough, so I'm going to go with Sermon here on Sunday Night Football.
While he's outpaced Zeke's guy, I think that Pollard, he's been electric, but I'm going to go with Sermon just because of the utilization that will happen today. The touches aren't there for Pollard quite yet, but I will admit through 2 weeks, Pollard looks the better running back out of that pair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trey Sermon, guys, is the top 4 run game matchup for this week for me, and that's why I'm going to leave Trey Sermon. Kerryon Johnson signed up for the practice squad, but he's not looked good when he's gotten touches, so I think it's going to be Trey Sermon's day today.
Me too.
Yeah, another clean sweep for the crew. I'm going Trey Sermon as well. But I got to say, with Pollard, man, I'm loving the naked handcuff. I drafted Pollard in several leagues where I don't have Zeke, and I'm feeling the love right now. I love it, baby. Let's go.
Hell of a flex option. If you don't have Zeke, I'm putting him in.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm starting Pollard in a few leagues, but in that scenario, I will still go with the 49er run game. Charlie, what's up, buddy? Go Bucks. Should I stick with Mike Evans and Jamar Chase as my starting wide receivers, or should I switch out Jamar for Christian Kirk or KJ Osborne? Buck.
No. Jamar Chase so far has been the truth. I'm going with Jamar Chase.
We got no T. Higgy today, right?
No T. Higgy. Terrible news.
This matchup actually has 2 notable injuries, right? So if you want to take that down, it's T. Higgins is going to be out today. We also have Deontay Johnson out as well. So this is interesting here. That game could be a little bit more high scoring. The Steelers are especially very banged up on defense. So I would still roll Jamar Chase. And the other one was Mike Evans, correct? And I think because of the Jalen Ramsey news, I'm going to stick with Mike Evans.
There we go. Sky?
Yeah, Chase as well. I don't think standard matters here because everybody's somewhat boom bust, but just volume-wise and touchdown upside, I'm going to take Jamar Chase.
There we go. Clean sweep again, boys. We are in sync in week 3. Love to see it. Ilias Giftopoulos, good to see you back. Should I accept A.J. Brown for Amari Cooper in PPR? I get Brown. Bob, what do you got?
These are my 2. Like, I hate when I have to decide between my 2 favorite kids preseason, but it's A.J. Brown to me, man. I mean, A.J. Brown to me is the only guy that could really threat. He starts getting more volume. for that number one spot because of his efficiency. I think he's going to start taking the next steps this coming weeks. This week against Indianapolis Colts, I want him. So A.J. Brown is my pick here.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm a CeeDee Lamb guy anyway, but also, I mean, Julio played very well, but Julio playing well, I think, helps A.J. Brown, as weird as that may sound. Their Titans are going to start clicking. We saw that last week against Seattle, second half. Also, Amari Cooper coming off the foot surgery, but now got a rib injury as well. He's been in and out. He can explode for 200 yards any game, but he can also have some duds like he did last week. So I'm going to roll with AJB as well.
I actually like Cooper here, but, you alluded to the fact that A.J. Brown should grow into this year. Tannehill gets a bit more comfortable. I like A.J. Brown.
Yeah, it's kind of tempting for me. I'm going to go with A.J. Brown as well. I just think the upside's a bit higher there. So let's go with A.J. Brown. What's up, Nick? Thanks for joining as always. It's Fragger has another one. Pick 5 QB. This is weird.
Bro, what is happening?
What?
Fragger, it's too early for a question like this. Are you kidding me?
Isn't there 1, 2, 3, 4?
There's just 5 options, Frag. No, it's
just
3 QBs. I don't know. Just play
No, we're
them
good.
all.
We're good here. So he says pick 5.
But there's only 5 listed.
Right, but the 3 QB league and 2 super flex. Man, that's nuts. I don't know.
Guys here.
Oh, there is
guys.
6.
Yeah,
there's
6. Come
6.
on now. Yeah, there's 6.
Dak Mahomes. We all misread it right
Dak
there.
Mahomes.
You ever see those memes like the importance of a comma? Like this would have helped for sure. It's a little early for the no comma. So basically, who do you sit? I am going to sit Joe Burrow.
I'm going to agree this week. I'm sitting Joe Burrow. I mean, dude, he got lucky at the end of the game last week. He was on par for like a 2-point fantasy day.
Well, no Higgins against the Steelers defense. I'm just not into that right now.
The only concern I have is Herbert currently. But I think he bounces back pretty well this week. I'm going to bench Derek Carr of that 5. 6'em. It's a 6'em.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean with Buck here on Derek Carr just because of the fact that the Miami defense is actually pretty solid against the pass, but also that game flow could be disastrous. What happens? Jacoby Brissett does not put up points. They're not going to need to do that much. You can see a game where, Burrow's throwing a lot in this one, so I'm going to go no Derek Carr.
All right, got a couple of super chats here. Nice try. Welcome back, our friend.
What's up, buddy?
Good grief.
Morning.
Let's get it. So Sony Michel or Clyde Edwards-Helaire in DFS. He's at 4,800. Don't get it twisted. Rasa is the gangster. All right, we'll go to you first, Bob.
I'm going to tell you. So what I do is run game. I'm sorry to explain this, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire has the biggest differential in improved matchup over the first 2 weeks in adjusted line yards. This is the game where he's got to go off. So I have to go back to the well one more time with Clyde. So it's CEH for me.
I am also going to go CEH here. He's due. I know it's been rough. Keep riding it. I'll tell you what, though, if he doesn't produce this week, I would get off of it as soon as he can. But this should be a shootout against the Chargers, and I will go with Clyde as well.
Yeah, I'm going CEH very hesitantly. I'm not exactly stoked on CEH whatsoever. But Sony Michel, good luck against the Buccaneers, my friend. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat here, guys. I mean, I don't want any part of that Buccaneers run defense, even though JPP is out today. But yeah, it's crazy to see how far Clyde has fallen. 4,800 in DFS, man. I mean, that's just crazy to see. But yeah, I'm going CEH. You got to stick to it, and appreciate the support. Nice try.
All right, we got Scott here. Is Dalvin Cook playing today? It does not appear so. I would say he's extremely doubtful. I know they don't have like the trajectory on the doubtfuls. I would say extremely doubtful here. Standard League flex. Hawkinson, Sterling Shepard, or Kareem Hunt. Buck Army Bills Mafia. We'll go to you first here, Bob.
Well, who's the starting tight end? God bless you, Scott. Because if Hawkinson is a flex option, that's the first question. It's got to be a Kelsey or Waller. It's the only thing I can think of. But Hawkinson, to me, is nearly a must-start player. I think he's got to be on your lineup. The Baltimore Ravens are very susceptible to tight ends, and I just think I got to lean Hawkinson in this one, even though I love Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Scott, just to let you know, we will give you updates on all players that we hear about as soon as possible, especially guys like Dalvin Cook. As of right now, he's doubtful. It's not looking good. I do not think he plays, but to my knowledge, as of right now, unless anyone can clarify, we don't have a confirmed out, but it's not looking good. I would expect him not to play.
So
And
I'm
Hawkinson,
starting.
sorry.
I was wondering where you're going with that, Scott. With Sterling Shepard, Scott, I got him running up in the Ultraflex League. I decided to put him in there. Let's see what he does. I mean, the guy, he's got 22 targets in 2 games. That's impressive stuff right there. But Hawkinson is Hawkinson. I don't have that option on my bench. I'm going TJ Hawkinson here.
Yeah, and this one's big though. And again, Scott, I appreciate you throwing in the standard league here because it matters, right? Sterling Shepard and Kareem Hunt are PPR guys. Hawkinson's an every format guy. So if you're going standard, I'm going to go with the touchdown upside. That's Hawkinson.
Yeah, let's
All right,
go.
we got another here from JT86TN, Dion Sanders in the avatar, looking great as always. What up, fellas? Who do you like at running back? Chase Edmonds, Kareem Hunt, or Tyson Williams? We'll go to you first, Sky.
Tyson Williams, easy for me, going up against the Lions here. The Lions have been shredded. They're giving up 30 NFL points. So not necessarily fantasy points, but 30 NFL points per game so far through 2 games have been shredded by the 49ers and Packers. I think this is a huge game here for Tyson Williams. And even garbage time late running out the clock here. I think it'd be Latavius might steal a touchdown or 2. And, of course, Lamar's there. But Lamar's questionable. And he bruises ribs flipping in the end zone. I can't imagine Harbaugh is loving him running all over the place if he doesn't have to today. So I do like Tyson Williams here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tyson.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going to go Tyson here, Bob. Tyson, great matchup, number 1. With Edmonds, the thing is there's so many options on that offense, and they're clicking on all cylinders. I just can't rely on the guy to get 20 touches. I can't rely on him to get 15. So I'm gonna fade on Edmonds a little bit. Kareem Hunt, not an option for me over Tyson, considering the matchup and the volume.
Yeah, it's Tyson all day for me.
I guess my screen must be different than yours because I thought we were going clockwise, boys. I'm sorry. I'm next to him. I'm right. That's on me. I gotta fix this. Anyway, sorry, boys. I'll figure it out. It's still early. I think format matters here. I think if it was PPR, full PPR, I would go Edmonds because they're playing Jacksonville today.
PPR.
So I think I lean slightly to Chase Edmonds, even though I do like Tyson Williams this week against Detroit. In a full PPR format, I just think that Chase Edmonds could get a lot of work against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was going to say it's closer than you would think for me. I do like PPR. I'm kind of leaning Edmonds, but I'm still going to go with Tyson. I believe in the run game there. The system, as Bucky says. If you guys are just tuning in, joining us late, all Super Chat proceeds today, we are donating to Tags, his GoFundMe account there at the bottom there. So check that out and appreciate the support as always, guys. Bucky, what do we think about Madison if Cook doesn't play?
I actually feel decent about Madison. He's shown enough glimpses. I think that if you are a Cook owner, you probably don't have much choice but to play Madison without Cook. If you have other options, like you drafted Madison in the 10th, 11th round, I would say I would still start him this week. I think the volume will be there. Do I think this is going to be a top 20 performance for Madison? No, I don't. But do I think he's a solid flex option? Absolutely.
Yeah, agree.
Same.
All right, cool. Brock, Hooper or Gasecki and Goff or Lawrence? Bob, you're up first. We
Goff
don't know
is
the
one
format.
Goff is one of my favorite streamers this week. Me and Buck brought him up on our show as our top streamer. I love that game flow against Baltimore. He's going to have to throw a bunch. You know, Lamar is going to do his thing against Detroit's defense. So I'm going to lean Goff in this scenario. And then for Hooper, I think the injury to Jarvis Landry really helps him. Last week, he had 5 for 50. I think if this is a PPR format, I definitely lean Hooper because of that injury to Landry. So I'm going to go Hooper and Goff.
I agree. I'm going to go Hooper and Goff as well. I want to give a shout out to my friend Brock Funk here coming on the West Coast. He's a part of the 7 a.m. crew out here on the West Coast. So my man Brocky, shouts out to you, buddy. Let's go Hooper and Goff this week. Good luck.
I thought for a minute this was a relative of Tobias Funke, but I'll go with Hooper and Goff as well for those Arrested Development fans.
I am also going to go with Hooper and Goff. I just can't start Trevor Lawrence yet. There's no way. I just can't do it. There's several other guys I'd rather start.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
In PPR wants to know Madison or Tyson. Sky, you're up first.
Yeah, we're gonna get this all morning. As soon as Cook is designated out for sure, we're gonna get this question a billion times. I'm gonna ride with Tyson Williams. I just think the Lions are that bad. I think the Ravens run it up constantly. And when like the Derrick Henry effect, right? Like even if you get a lead, you can run out the clock versus passing. Madison could have a Cook game, but I don't see it necessarily this week. So I'm going to ride with Tyson Williams here, even in PPR.
Yeah, I'm going with Tyson Williams. Shout out Justin Tucker in the background there.
J Tux.
Yes.
Yeah. Tyson Williams is a top 10 matchup this week, so I get it. Madison could double his touches, though. That's the only thing I could think about that would go. But I'm going to go Williams. I'm with the team.
There we go. Clean sweep, baby. Harris, Cousins, or Justin Herbert?
Oh, man.
Lucky, I think you're up first.
I'm going to do it. Bob, don't kill me. I'm going to do it. I'm going with Kirky Cousins here. Kirk Cousins, good matchup, plus matchup. He has been one of the most efficient passers in the NFL through the first 2 weeks. I expect that to continue with a plus matchup here for Kirk Cousins. I'm going Kirk Cousins after a week of despair and dismay over the Justin Herbert dumpster fire from last weekend. No, thank you, sir. Give me Kirk.
Bobo?
Yeah, I think my thing is with Justin Herbert actually performed pretty well against Kansas City last year, but I think this game flow for me is just that I think Seattle's going to do their thing. It's going to force Cousins to have to do his thing, and I think that's why I'm going to lean Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Herbert. 90% because I'm a Herbert homer. 10% because I think he has a big bounce back here against the Chiefs, who he played well against twice. Kirk Cousins was the QB6 last week, but I'm going to roll with Herbert. I've got him back-to-back in my rankings 7 and 8, and I've got Herbert ahead, so I'm going to stick with it.
I'm actually going to lean with Sky here. I do think Herbert bounces back, 300, 2 tutties, something like that. Maybe a rushing touchdown if we get lucky.
There we go. A little Rose Bowl action. I like that.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go. I'm
Buck and Bob Army. Harris, Buck and Bob Army. Go with Kirk. Go with the everyman. Go with the everyman, not the pretty boy.
Left side, strong side. Nice. I like that.
Yes.
What's up, Will?
Jenkins.
Morning.
What's up, buddy? Bob, you're up first here. He needs 2 in a full point PPR. James White, Rondael Moore, Darnell Mooney, or Darius Slayton. Who you got?
Nice choices.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think it's White and Rondael Moore for me in this game. Buck brought it up perfectly last time. We know the Saints defense is going to maybe shut down Damian Harris, lead to more James White in that passing game. So I like that. And Rondael Moore, I mean, this kid's the truth. So I think I'm going to lean Rondael Moore.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with James White as well. 6 receptions in both games to open up the season. And Rondael Moore is the truth. And you got Nuke Hopkins coming in a bit banged up as well. They might try to just kind of, temper his expectations. And they should have a lead quickly on Jacksonville today. So maybe less work for Nuke. So I like that. Love Darnell Mooney in general, but first game with Justin Fields, I want to see what we got first.
All right, when I look at this, I got James White in there. Rondael Moore, my only concern, and Sky, I'll ask you, are you concerned with the utilization there? 44% of snaps, only 44. That's the only part that troubles me, but he's so effective with his touches that I think it offsets it. I'm going to go more, but I want to know your opinion on the utilization there.
Yeah, so this is a big thing with Brandon Ayuk last year and a couple years ago with Tyler Lockett when Doug Baldwin was still around. These guys have minimal snaps, but when they're in there, they're getting the work, right? So like their percentage when they're on the field skyrockets. So he gets 44% of snaps, but like 88% when he's on the field, he gets the ball. So they're manufacturing touches, and I think Rondael Moore is a stud. So I'm going to ride it one more week, ride the hot hand here. And again, I love Darnell Mooney. He could have a deep touchdown, but I don't want to bank on Justin Fields in week 1 just yet. I'll go with White and Moore.
I'm going to go White for sure as my first choice here. I'm actually going to go Darnell Mooney. I'm a Mooney truther, and I believe he is going to be heavily targeted from Fields in this game. So I'm going to go with Mooney. That's my guy. I'm starting him in several leagues this week. I know he's a little bit banged up, but I'm not worried. So let's go. Good luck, Will.
All right. Consensus is Moore and White. We got another super chat here. Appreciate it. Got another one. DJ Khaled voice.
Another
Deep
one.
Standard League.
Another one. Sorry.
Another one. Hit him,
Another
Scott.
one. Another one.
You do that way too well.
Another
All right,
one.
he lost CMC. My condolences.
Brutal. Me too, brother. Me too.
If Mooney sits, needs a flex. Ayuk, Edmonds, Fuller, or Fournette. Yikes. I wouldn't call this yikes if we're talking flex options here, JT.
Right.
I think you're doing pretty well. Levy, we'll kick it off to you first, then I'll go second here. Who you got as far as a flex option of those?
Yeah,
four?
listen, I mean, even if I just talked about Mooney and I'm high on Mooney, but in my flex, I'm still starting Edmonds over Mooney. So regardless here, I'm going Edmonds and I'm feeling okay with it. So that's my choice, hands down. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm going to Edmonds. I'm going Edmonds as well, and you are looking good. This is not a yikes. This is more of a just, wash your face, type of deal. You got a little crumbs on your chin. You gotta wash that face. Yeah, in the beard for Sky. Just wash your face, man. You look great. Edmonds.
Guys, listen, I'm telling you, it's Leonard Fournette. The number one run game matchup in my analysis this week against the Rams. They just announced that he's going to start today because Ronald Jones and the coaching staff are at odds, and it's going to be Leonard Fournette starting this week. I'm telling you guys, Leonard Fournette is a must start. He's my start of the week. Go over, Sky, whatever, man.
I'm going to give the Lenny Fournette a dub bunny ears here on the start, just busting your balls. No, I agree. I'm actually going to go Fournette here. And I think what he means by yikes is these are four really awesome names, but Fuller hasn't played. Ayuk hasn't played. Edmonds is on the Cardinals with 9 other weapons, and Fournette is on the Bucs. So I think the yikes comes from that. I don't see Mooney sitting. I know he's questionable. I'll double check on that. Mooney's the automatic. If not, I'll go Fournette as well, actually.
All right. Good luck, buddy. Thanks
Another one.
I'm actually in Miami right now, so maybe I'll run into him on the beach today.
Yeah, invite him on the show, man. We get a cameo. That'd be fine if you got 5 minutes,
That'd be fantastic. Willie Jenkins, another one. Full point PPR, Julio or Debo. Sky, who you got?
Oh, boy. Debo, Sunday Night Football versus the Packers. Bob, I'm going to defer to you here. Is this a Debo, Jair Alexander thing, or is his A-dot low enough where we're not going to worry about Jair?
It's not going to be Jair Alexander. Debo's been only shouted once in his career, and it was against Levi Wallace and the Buffalo Bills. I looked it up this morning. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to know that. Because I thought the same thing. I do have it in here, actually, if you believe it or not. This is funny that you brought this up, potential shadow coverage matchups. I did put Debo versus Jair Alexander as a footnote, but when I looked into the actual data and where they're actually lining up a lot, Debo runs a lot of slot work. Jair doesn't travel that much into the slot, so I think that's fine. It's more about the matchup overall. The Packers give up the 6th least fantasy points to wide receivers, while the flip side, the Indianapolis Colts versus Julio give the 5th most. So my personal opinion is Julio here.
Julio for me as well.
Yeah, I'm going Julio here. I think, first off, he's hungry. Last week, getting a touchdown robbed from him, just classic in broad Julio, daylight, unbelievable. Just get in the end zone this week, Julio. I'm looking for a big week from Julio, 90-plus yards. I want a 90-plus yard day, 6 catches. Just pad up them stats for me, Levy. That's what I need, all right? I need that Julio big game.
Yeah, I'm going Julio as well. I'm always in the Julio corner, and I know after week 1 we were bashing the guy a little bit, but he's back. Let's go, Julio. Come on, baby. Keep it going. Bucky, you got a super for us?
Oh, we do got a soup here. Hold on. I feel like I'm in that The Boys. You guys watch The Boys? Perverted show. Very, very perverse. They talk about soups. All right, we got official savage here. Debo, Marvin Jones Jr., Sky's boy, and Mike Williams starting. Does he keep him in there or throw Julio in for someone? From my perspective, I'm going to go Julio over Debo for this particular matchup.
Oh, so clockwise, so it's me now. Okay, I just want to.
It's you.
There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure we're good
Up,
there.
down, and around, Bob.
I know. I'm sorry. By 8 o'clock, I'll be sharp as a whip. Anyway, so my thing is I'm going to go with Julio over Debo as well, just to throw in. Marvin Jones is going to be. There's going to be a lot of volume for the Jags as well against that Arizona defense. And Mike Williams had 100 yards last year against this Kansas City defense, and I think that this game could be high scoring. So I'm going to take Julio, plug him in for Debo this week.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns 2 years ago for Mike Williams as well. Marvin Jones should have a big day. I'm fading Debo, unfortunately, so I'm going to stick with Julio as well.
Clean sweep. Let's go. Thanks, Official Savage. Appreciate the support. And moving on to Sam Crow Nomad, my favorite Twitch name. Kyler or Kirk Cousins? I forget which order we went
Bucky's
here,
going
but
Cousins,
Bucky,
so let's just move
Bucky,
on here.
You're up first.
No, I'm going to go Kyler here.
This is
believe it or
Cousins
not,
easy,
Scott.
right?
No. Listen, my philosophy for this year is Kyler Murray, if he's on your team, is your team. It's
Right.
Kyler Murray for me.
He's
Same.
playing Jacksonville. People.
Okay, hold on. Can I stand up really quick? Because this is one of those, like, what are you talking about? Let me throw a mindset in here. The Cardinals smash on Jacksonville so much that Kyler Murray doesn't have to do much or stops running in the second half, yada yada. Kirk Cousins is in a shootout all game long.
Yeah,
Any
but
concern there?
But what's the likelihood that James Conner's getting to goal line to grab? They're going to run up the score through Kyler Murray. Their ground game is. I understand what your thought process is. It was like a Derrick Henry situation where Derrick Henry can get 150 and 2 in the first half. But the problem is the Cardinals need to beat you with the air. So that means even if it's 3/4 of Kyler Murray, it's going to be elite.
Okay, just playing Jags advocate. That's all.
Hey, all right.
No, see, I'm a big loyalty guy. So if I'm going to turn my back on Kyler Murray right now, then do I even have a soul? I like to wake up every morning with a soul. Sky, I see you giggling over there, but I'm talking about souls.
Yeah.
I need a soul, man. And if I
hear you,
have a
that's fair.
soul, I'm starting Kyler Murray every single week. And it's a good problem to have, but don't overthink this. Just don't do it. 20+.
Yeah, it's bad karma to sit Kyler Murray. Come on, you can't do that right now. We answered this earlier, we Boston, but thank you for putting the format. We all went Mike Evans over Mike Davis.
Yes,
There you
correct.
go. It's
Especially in
Fragger,
PPR.
RIP tags. Appreciate it, man.
For real.
Sam Crow Nomad started Brandon Cooks and he did great. So now I need 2 running backs, a receiver and a flex. 2 running backs, a receiver and a flex. Chris Carson, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Zeke, Melvin Gordon, Debo, DK, and Julio. Wow, that's a stacked team, man.
So we need 4. We need 4 there. Okay.
Yep, 2 running backs, receiver, and a flex. Bob, you are up first to dissect this.
Okay, so Carson and Austin Eckler have 2 of the best matchups on the week on the ground, so they're locks. Barkley is a bottom 10 matchup this week because the Giants' offensive line is so bad. But the Atlanta Falcons are 6th in my metric on defense in the most adjusted yards allowed. I think Barkley bounces back, so it's Barkley, Chris Carson, Austin Eckler for me.
And then we need 2 a receiver as well. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was
Gotta get a
flex.
receiver in there.
Oh, you have to. I thought 2 running. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's on me. Oh, and a flex. Gotcha. Okay, Matt's on me. In this scenario, I'm going to go Julio. I think DK Metcalf's going to see a lot of Patrick Peterson this week, and I think Julio Jones is going to be in a shootout with the Colts.
For what it's worth, Pro Football Focus is predicting that Ashad Breeland gets on DK Metcalf. If that happens, it's DK all day long.
Well,
Bob, are you hearing otherwise?
Okay. No. So this is what happens. Last week, DeAndre Hopkins only plays on one side of the field. So when they do their metric, they only show Patrick Peterson on the one side. And that's what it looks like because he lined up against Hopkins almost 87% of the time last week. So that's why I think it is. But you're right. This could backfire badly if they keep him on one side and it's DK on the other side. But I believe they're going to use DK because they faced each other 4 times over the last 2 years, and he's held him down in 3 or 4 games. He had under 5 points for fantasy purposes.
Yeah.
So I just think it makes a lot of sense to shadow Patrick Peterson with DK. So I'm just going to roll the dice here and go with Julio. I know he's in a good matchup. There's no one on that Colts defense that's going to stop him. So
No. All right, I'll speed it up here. Carson, Eckler, Julio, automatics for me. I'm agree with Bob. I'm actually going to go with DK though. Lockett's been insane because he's catching the touchdowns. DK has the same amount of work and target share, just hasn't caught up to him yet. I think it could explode this game. So I'll go Carson, Eckler, and then Julio and DK.
Same 4 for me, Sky. I got Carson, Eckler, DK, and Julio.
I'm actually going to go the same 4 as well. I just, with Saquon, man, I hope he figures it out. I hope they figure it out, but I'm a little queasy there, and I don't love the matchup for Zeke, and you know how I feel about Melvin Gordon. So I'll go DK, Julio, Carson, and Eckler. Good luck, Bucky. I think we got another super down there, buddy.
We sure do. It's our guy Savage, the official one. Same team. Never thought he'd have to ask this. Danny Dimes or Justin Herbert? Leaning Danny Dimes because of matchup. Not sure. Appreciate the input. Bob, we'll go to you first here. Danny Dimes or Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I know I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go Danny Dimes. I think Atlanta Falcons defense is nothing to be scared about here, and I just think that even though Herbert might throw for 300, he might only have one touchdown in this game. So I think it might be, for me, I'm going to lean Danny Dimes.
Oh man, Danny Dimes, quarterback 4 last week, 95 rushing yards. Could that happen against Atlanta? Absolutely. Should have been more than that. Man, this is tough to go Danny Dimes. I think Danny Dimes has got the better floor as well because of the rushing. In my rankings, I have Herbert significantly higher, but the more I think about it, it might be Daniel Jones. I can't plead the fifth here, so this is tough, man. I guess you could go Daniel Jones because of the rushing, but I think Herbert has a big day.
So I'm going to go with a guy that's the fastest runner in the NFL.
Raheem Mostert.
Daniel Dimes.
Oh.
Yeah. 4.2 speed. Just an unbelievable assassin when he's running the football. Give me Danny Dimes. Get Sterling Shepard in the mix so I can get another win in the Ultra Flex League, Sky. Give me some Danny Dimes action today.
Man, I hate to say it, but I have a league, a dynasty league, super flex. The rest of my roster is stacked, but I'm starting Daniel Jones and Matt Ryan. It's absolutely terrible. But Danny Dimes, man, I'm going with him. The rushing floor there is great, and the line stinks. He's going to be running for his life out there, even though Atlanta stinks. So let's go. Get him in there, Savage.
I'm all for a stink fest. I'm all for it.
I love a stink fest. It's great for fantasy, you know? Sam Crow Nomad, Noah Fant or Logan Thomas. Sky, who you got? PPR.
Yeah, this one I'm bringing it up here really quickly. Noah Fant's gotten the work. I'm going to go with Noah Fant.
Buck?
Yeah, I'm going to go Fant here. Don't trust a tight end versus this Bills defense to save my life, which is, very feeble.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go Fant as well in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Fant as well. Clean sweep. We got a kicker question.
Yes, finally. Took 3 weeks, but I love it.
Dude, no, I got this. Go ahead. What's the question?
I was actually going to go straight to you because I know you've got you've got a little nugget here, and you're like, you have no doubt what the answer is.
Oh,
go ahead,
man.
Bob.
So, all right. So, guys, listen, I just need a second because I have an analysis, but I don't have it open because I never thought I would have a kicker question. This gets me super
excited.
excited.
So I will
go ahead.
Stall here. So, Buck, we've got Robbie Gould, Randy Bullock, Ryan Suckup, Mason Crosby, or Chris Boswell.
Well, folks know if they turn to me, they're turning to the overall nemesis of kickers. I'm not a kicker guy.
I'm all about kickers. Go.
I know you are. I could tell by looking at you, Sky. I'm gonna go with Mason Crosby here. Big game. Yeah, flick that thing. Mason Crosby.
Bob, let us know when you're ready. But
right,
Sky,
sorry, I gotta say one thing here. So in my analysis, obviously, if Matt Prater is number one, if Matt Prater is available, but the Cincinnati kicker, McPherson, whatever his name is, the Cincinnati kicker is someone that I have.
It's Evan McPherson. Put respect on his name, Bob. It's Evan McPherson, Florida Gators.
If he's
come
available,
on, man.
Go get him. I don't even know who Randy Bullock's kicking for right now. Does anybody know off the top of their head?
Tennessee Titans.
Is he still fat?
Yeah.
Is he still a fat kicker? I love that.
I'm going Cincinnati kicker. If you could go get him. If you can't get him, I think I'm going to go Randy Bullock out of these guys.
Yeah, Ryan Suckup for me. I'll take the points. And if anybody's going to at least slow Tom down, it's going to be the Rams. I still think they score a bunch, but I could see this being 3 or 4 field goals versus 3 or 4 touchdowns. I'm going to take Ryan Suckup here.
The Bucs have scored 30 points in how many straight games? I don't know, but I want the kick. Yeah, I think it's a good call. I want to go with the kicker of the team that's scoring the most points. So I'm going to go with Suckup, but I like Bob's analysis on the Cincy kicker. That's money, but
I'll actually go on that. McPherson, if he's available, I would go pick him up because obviously you're streaming kickers. So I would actually go get McPherson as well. But of that group, I'm going to go Suckup.
The fact that Bob couldn't even give McPherson the proper shout, that stabbed my heart, man. You stabbed my heart.
I get all excited because I have the team.
That's my boy.
Kicker names on here. I'm sorry.
Go Gators.
Maybe it's 7:45 a.m.
Yeah,
I love it. Another Twitcher here. Come here now, Beach. Trey Sermon or Mike Evans at the flex, Bob? Who you got? We're assuming PPR.
That's Trey Sermon. I'm rolling with him, man. I think you don't fade Kyle Shanahan run schemes, and if Trey Sermon's the guy, he's got a top 4 matchup against Green Bay. Green Bay can't stop the run. I'm going Trey Sermon.
Yeah, same.
Bucky?
This one's tough. This is extremely tough. So with Evans, I think it depends extremely on the matchup. You know, who is actually defending on Mike Evans there? And who does Tom Brady want to feed this week? Is it Giovanni Bernard? I don't know. It's tough to tell. Too many weapons in the arsenal there. And screw Arsenal, by the way. Go Tottenham. You see me. I'm gonna go Sermon.
Oh man. It pains me to say. There we go. Pains me to say, but I am also gonna go with Trey Sermon. Go Bucks.
If he's the guy, man, he could smash today. We'll see.
There we
He
go.
could. We got a super here. We got a soup.
Thanks,
Savage coming back in the mix. Deep league. He's got Zach Pascal, William Fuller the fifth, or
Fourth.
Quintez Cephas. Well, that's a fifth though.
I think it's 4.
Is it the fourth?
Right? Will Fuller 5, Will Fuller 4. I'll double check, but I believe Savage. I'm just going to go with
All
that.
right.
I'm going to go Cephas.
I'm going to go Cephas here as well, pal. I'm going to go Cephas hard. Cephas has been, we talked about this on Wednesday night, Bob. For me, Cephas, the share is there and there's nobody else. It's just a barren desert in Detroit. Give me Quintez Cephas.
So just to give you perspective, the Tennessee Titans have allowed 30 points per game to the slot this season. That's almost the league average in my metric is 12. So I'll go with Zach Pascal.
I like it. Carson Wentz is supposed to play on no feet, so we'll see what happens there. I just want to be clear here, Savage. Again, it's early. I apologize. You are correct. That's Will Fuller V, not IV. So Will Fuller 5. Well done.
Love it. I'm going Pascal as well. There we go. Good luck, Savage. Thank you.
All right, we got Anthony Zaroli here. Thank you so much. All proceeds today, folks, are going towards Mike Tagliere and his family. Unfortunately, passed away over Friday morning. So, folks, all benefits go towards that cause. Please, if you're willing to contribute, please do so. He's sorry. He's got to skip the funny names. We got Taylor DeAndre Swift. He leads us off and then he gives us the funny names.
Yeah,
we got
just full on
DeAndre
lying.
Swift.
That's okay.
We got Crystal Alex Madison. I don't even know what that means. We got Montgomery, Jonathan Taylor, Trey Sermon. He needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex out of this group. This is a massive question here, boys. This is where we make the donuts, okay? We'll go to you first here, Bob.
Yeah, thanks. I know. Well, I think. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you this. Robert Woods is probably my start of the week for the wide receiver position. I'm in love with him. So I'm going to go Jefferson, Lockett, Woods for my 2 receivers and a flex. And at the running back position, I don't know if I'm all the way. I think DeAndre Swift, because of game flow, is going to catch a lot of passes today against Baltimore. So I think I'm going to keep him in here. And then Indianapolis Colts against Tennessee. I'm not scared off by the Tennessee run defense. So I'm going to go Taylor, Swift, Lockett, Jefferson, Bobby Trees.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah,
Jefferson Lockett for sure. By the way, shouts out to Home Improvement, top 5 kid show growing up.
Yes.
JTT. Yeah. Jonathan
Wilson.
Taylor Thomas. Well done. Oh, everybody. Absolutely. All right, so let's go Taylor. Just a shouts out to the Tool Man. So well done there. So Tool Man, Jefferson Lockett. And then I just don't know what the Browns are going to do on defense, man. I want to start Demont here. I'm going to go Demont and Madison. I'm going to stay away from Swift. I think Baltimore is just going to show up, and it could be Jamal Williams out of the backfield too. So I'm going to go Madison, Montgomery, Taylor, Jefferson Lockett. It's a lot.
Oh, it's loaded. So I'm going to go first off. Wide receiver is easy for me. I'm going to go Justin Jefferson, Lockett. I want to get Bobby Trees in there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to go DeAndre Swift. I'm going to go D Monty.
All right. So receiver, we are overall consensus there. I'm going Jefferson and Lockett for sure as my two. I'm going Taylor and Monty as my two running backs. I got to get Montgomery in there for sure. That's my guy. So for me on the flex, this is where we're pretty much all differing, but I'm going to zig a little bit here, and I'm actually going to go with Trey Sermon. Just requisite touches, volume, believing in the system. So I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. So what does that overall bring us to, Bucky?
So I think that's Jefferson, Lockett, Taylor, and Montgomery as 4. And then I think we literally all picked a different flex. So we'll give you Jefferson, Lockett, Montgomery, and Taylor, and then the flex is on you, Anthony. Good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
All right. We got another one here from Edits. What up, boys? Hey,
what up?
Hey, pal.
What up?
Needs one. Sterling Shepard, Trey Sermon, or Rondael Moore. This is a great problem to have, Edits. I'll go to you first, Guy.
It is, Edits. In the future, bud, please give us your format. That's very, very helpful here. Sermon, Shepard, and Rondael Moore. This is really tough. Full PPR league. I'll just break it down. Full PPR league, I'm going to go Shepard. Non-PPR league, I'm going to go Sermon. Half PPR league, I'm going to go Rondael Moore. So I'm going to fully cop out and give you one, but that's one per, which I think is fair. Full Shepard, half Moore, non-Sermon.
Funny enough, Sky, I had the exact same thought process on that. Yeah. So Sterling Shepard, if you've just been asleep at the wheel for a little bit for 2 weeks,
crushing.
Sterling Shepard has 22 targets in 2 games. This guy is getting fed the football, and it's only on him to make it happen. Trey Sermon, we haven't seen it, but the utilization should be there in a standard league. Rondael Moore is he's a fire. Like, the guy is just an absolute fire fest 2021 in a good way.
God,
before they ran out of rations.
As a musician, as a touring musician, that like hurts my soul to think about that.
Can you imagine all of your fans, Guy, that are sitting there eating a piece of stale bread with a slice of ham on it?
On a deserted island with like only pigs and crooked promoters? No, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
So, Buck, you got the same answer there. You're going Shepard and PPR?
Shepard PPR, Sermon standard, Rondael Moore in the half. Just find that middle ground.
There we go. I will agree with you there, but I do lean Sermon over Moore if it's half point PPR. So I think we had one more down there, Buck. It disappeared.
We got 2 more.
Okay, there we go.
PPR from Nicholas Cole. PPR needs a flex or a flax. I like flaxseed. I put it in my smoothies, brother. All right, we're gonna go with Goodwin. Or I guess that's
It's Godwin.
It's Godwin. Okay. I was like, is Marquise Goodwin still in the league here?
I love that guy. I love that guy.
So did I. Godwin, CEH, Woods. We'll go to you first, Levy.
Bobby Trees. This is the week. He has the big game. I'm going on Bob's analysis here. He is taking a quick break. I'm going to go with Bobby Trees. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. Bobby would give you Bobby Woods, if you will. So I do like that. I'm also going to go with Robert Woods here. I just, again, a shootout with the Buccaneers, and Cooper Kupp's going to start getting triple covered until that evens out. So I think that's how, Todd Bowles will work that situation. Chris Godwin could draw, as Bobby mentioned earlier, could draw Jalen Ramsey. I don't want that in the slot. And then CEH, again, we just got to see it here. So PPR, I'm going to go with Woods, hope for the best. He might be third on the tier here as far as like workload coming in, but I do like that one. Also, there's a great 30 for 30 on Marquise Goodwin and his family and his wife. They lost 2 kids at birth. It's just a incredible human story on a professional athlete. If you want to check that out sometime, Marquise Goodwin, 30 for 30. Check it out.
I just watched the Untold on the tennis player. I don't know if you watched that on Netflix. That was fantastic. I love good human stories.
Me too. Yeah. Always rooting for that guy.
That's good stuff. I'm gonna go with Goodwin here. Godwin.
Good luck, Nicholas.
There you go. One more, Buck. Is there one more down there?
Yeah, we got Anthony Zaroli saying I was effing him. He meant Crystal Alex FC, and he was referencing Crystal Palace FC, who defeated Spurs 3-0. But I get it. I get it.
Was that an international football reference there on an American football show? Interesting.
Absolutely,
I like that,
man. Listen,
nice
I'm
inception.
blending it. Look at this.
I like
Holston.
that.
It's a great beer. It's a great
Love
beer.
it.
Count it.
All right, here we go. Broncos, Cardinals, Browns, Falcons, or Raiders for defense. Sky, who you got?
Sam, are you sneak attack having us set your entire lineup here, Sam?
Yes.
I think I'm on to you, Sam.
I like Sam.
I'm on to you, Sam. All right. This one's tough. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna bail and bring up my rankings for this one because there's a lot to discover. So Buck, let me go to you first, please.
This one's tough. The Falcons game is going to be an absolute crap mess where they're just throwing the football around like it's a nice meatloaf. I don't like that. I'm gonna go Cardinals here. I just think that Jacksonville has not put it together. I don't trust Urban Meyer. If you trust Urban Meyer, that is your first and only fault. I'm gonna go Cardinals.
I'm with Bucky here. I'm going Cardinals. I just don't trust the rookie quarterback. James Robinson doesn't look great. Don't trust Urban Meyer, that's for sure. You can't trust that guy as far as you can throw him. So I'm going Cards, baby.
Bucky, do you not like meatloaf in general or just in this game?
I love meatloaf, for the record. I want that to be very clear. I just don't like when my head coach is a sack of meatloaf.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go with the Broncos here. The Broncos are my number one defense. I just wanted to make sure that was actually the case over Carolina. They're home against the Jets, right? So we're talking about the rookie quarterback with Carolina. Well, the rookie quarterback's also with the Jets. Threw 4 picks last week. They have no run game. Jamison Crowder's out again. If they double team Corey Davis, we saw what the Patriots were able to do. Incredible secondary for the Broncos. When you're streaming a DST, and by the way, these DSTs are fantastic. The Raiders, I think, are also a great match against Jacoby Brissett there as well. Broncos are my choice. You want a defense that's at home. You want a defense that's favored in Vegas lines. The Broncos, big home favorite. The math adds up for me. I'm going to go Denver.
I like it. You make a compelling argument. You know that? I'm okay with that. Sam Crow.
Still have time to switch, my man.
Switch them up. Let's go.
All right. Broncos.
Got him.
Broncos. Will Hayes.
Another
pick
one.
2. Sutton, Juju, and Marvin Jones. Bucky, we need 2 in a PPR. Who you got?
Believe it or not, I'm going to fade Sutton here. I'm going to go Marvin Jones and Juju.
Even with that hurt pectoral.
This is tough. I want to go with MJJ. But I'm going to fade MJJ because, again, I just mentioned the Broncos secondary. Marvin Jones is the number 1 there, but Juju today is going to be the number 1 without Deontay Johnson against the Bungles. Ben can't throw downfield, so this is going to be 15 targets over the middle for Juju. I like that. Maybe he catches a touchdown. Cortland Sutton dominated as the clearly number 1 last week, going up against Jacksonville. Teddy's going to be airing it out early at least. So I'm going to go Sutton and Juju here in PPR.
I'm going to agree with Sky, actually. Sutton's my number 1 of this group. I love Marvin Jones. Trust me, I love the guy.
Me too.
But Juju
Same.
this week, he's going to have 15 targets, 9 catches for like 66 yards. Maybe a score. You know, it's going to be ugly, but for PPR, you're going to love it. You're going to love that line. Look, Juju.
9 for 66. That's tasty.
Sexy. All right, Will.
Hold on.
I'm ready.
We got Stolen Fawn here with a super chat.
What up, Stolen?
Cortland Sutton, Alex Madison, Trey Sermon, PPR flex. Bob, welcome back to the hot seat.
Guys, how are you? I was on the hot seat. This is not so hot. Anyway, but diving into this question, me personally, I think it's going to be Trey Sermon. I think he literally is going to dominate all the work today, and he's got a top 5 matchup against Green Bay. I just don't see Kerryon Johnson posing a threat, and Trenton Cannon maybe getting a handful of touches. I'm going to leave Trey Sermon.
Oh, man. Just as a Niner fan, this makes me nervous. I'm going to roll Sutton, personally. I've laid it out the last 3 questions. I like the Broncos big over the Jets today. Or Jacksonville, excuse me.
Oh man, I'm actually gonna go Sutton as well. It's just the unknown with Sermon and Madison that makes me a little bit nervous. So give me Sutton. I think he has a 15-point PPR day.
Yeah, I'll go Sutton here as well.
There we go. Back to me, Willie Jenkins, full point PPR, Tyson or Trey Sermon. Buck, who you got?
Tyson, without a doubt for me.
Sky, I need to ask you a serious question here. Like, I know you're a little nervous because every time I look at my metric, it's going to be Trey Sermon. The matchup against Green Bay is really good. But are you really feeling that Trey Sermon, based on Trenton Cannon, Kerryon Johnson, do you think he's going to get the shot? I mean, I need to honestly know because it'll go Williams if you don't think so. But if you think he's going to get the shot, it's Trey Sermon because of matchup.
I think he's going to get the shot. I don't know what he's going to do with the shot. Like, he didn't do much in preseason, right? He's a rookie that was in the doghouse coming for whatever reason. Elijah Mitchell, a 6th-round rookie who was basically going to be a UDFA if the Niners didn't pick him up, got the shot because Sermon wasn't ready. That's an issue. And then, you know, again, I just think the matchup against the Lions with Williams is prime. And yes, Sermon could be the Niner guy for this week. We've seen 10 guys be that guy for 1 week. But the Packers, man, they haven't let up a rush of 14 yards, on the season. So, like, yes, the Niners are a different breed. I get it. But I think they're going to have to keep up with Rodgers, too. I know they've run all over him the last couple of games, but I just think it's going to be different. So I'm going to have to go with Tyson Williams here, man. I hope I'm wrong as a fan and for Sermon. I hope I'm wrong here. I have a gut feeling, man. I watch Shanahan every play, every Sunday, and it just makes me nervous for some reason.
I'm going to go with Williams then because I trust your gut on this. But Williams' matchup's too good anyway. It's not like he has a bad matchup against Detroit.
Right.
I'll go Williams as well.
All right, there you go.
And Williams happens to be one of my favorite guys all week, too. If it was a Melvin Gordon or somebody, Mike Davis, then I go Sermon. But Williams happens to be one of my top guys anyway. So don't fade Sermon to fade him, but against Williams, I'll go Williams.
There you go. All right. RIP tags. Sam, appreciate the love there, man. Bob, you want to provide an injury update for the people?
Yeah, I can do that, guys. So basically right now, all the weekly inactives will be out at 8:30 a.m. EST, but what I did early was provide some notable injuries for us to kind of walk through. So Dalvin Cook looks to be out this week. Alexander Madison becomes a rock-solid flex play. Darrell Henderson looks out, but they are playing Tampa Bay this week. So Sony Michel is only like a desperation flex, in my opinion. With all the 49ers out this week, looks like the Packers. Against the Packers, I like Trey Sermon a lot. He's one of my top 5 matchups. Antonio Brown is out, but they're playing the Rams. I think Rob Gronkowski and Mike Evans are going to be the ones that benefit the most personally, but I think Godwin's still solid in PPR, even with that tough matchup against Jalen Ramsey. Tevin Coleman, guys, is out this week. So that's good news for Michael Carter and Ty Johnson. It looks like they're going to have 1-2 punch instead of a 1-2-3. That could kind of jump them up a little bit up your rankings as well. The Ravens, I found out, are down 3 of their 5 starting defensive linemen. So
wild.
Guys like DeAndre Swift, that could be something notable for this week. T. Higgins is out. That's good news for guys like Tyler Boyd. The Pittsburgh is much tougher against perimeter receivers. Joe Hayden will be back this week, so that maybe leads Tyler Boyd's direction in that scenario. Russell Gage is out. I think Kyle Pitts, breakout games coming today this week, guys. I love Kyle Pitts. Get him in your DFS lineups. I have him and TJ Hawkinson as my 2 favorite plays, so I like that. AJ Terrell, top cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons, is out this week. That's great news for Sterling Shepard. Kenny Galladay's a little banged up. Could be a big day for Shepard as well. Jarvis Landry is out. Odell's in, but against Chicago, I'm not sure if I'm buying anybody. A deep DFS sleeper is Rashard Higgins in that scenario. Deontay Johnson is out. Now, when they're playing against Cincinnati, Cincinnati's much tougher against perimeter receivers, but I think Claypool, listen, me and Sky brought this up in the offseason. Claypool had 1/3 of his fantasy points on the season in the 3 games that Deontay Johnson missed or left the game early. So I think Claypool is definitely on the radar, but I like Juju a lot. And finally, Josh Jacobs. Miami's run defense is not as tough as their pass defense. So Kenyon Drake could be an option. I know Peyton Barber got more work last week, but I think I'm fading that Raiders situation anyway. Good. Just the 2 of us. Let's do it.
Yeah. We can make it if we try.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, deep league, dealing with injuries for DO here. Starting both Dallas running backs, needs a flex. Peyton Barber or James Conner? Times are dire for you, DO. Times are very dire. But that's why you lean on us. What do you got, Bob?
I think it's easy. I think it's James Conner because the Jacksonville game flow could really help. he can get you easily 15 carries to close out that game. Jacksonville's run defense is not good. I just don't trust that situation with the Raiders, even against a softer Miami run defense.
I'm going to go with Connor as well here. We got Brooke, full PPR, pick 2, Antonio Gibson, Kareem Hunt, Devin Singletary, or James White. Thank you.
I think it's Gibson. I'm not going to sit. I'm not high on Gibson this week, but I'm not going to sit him for guys like Hunt and Singletary. I think it's White and Gibson for me.
White is very appetizing here. I'm going to actually start with White, and then I'm going to say Singletary. Singletary finds the end zone this week. I feel good about his usage so far through the season, and I think the Bills have a pretty damn good day today.
Okay.
Yeah, prayers up for the Dolphins. Survive without Tua. Brissett is good, man.
Yes.
Brissett is good. Brissett
5
is the best backup in the league, in my opinion.
Top 5, I would say. I think I agree, though. But Jacoby Brissett, they had 5 drops last week in that game. It wasn't Jacoby Brissett's fault. They were dropping passes like crazy. He didn't even play a full game. They had 5 drops. So I think I like Jacoby Brissett, but the Raiders are playing a lot better than people think too. So
I agree. So we got pick 2 here from Will Hayes, Sutton, Cortland, Juju, Smith-Schuster, Shyman, and Marvin Jones in a PPR. What you got?
So Sutton's one of the guys I'm fading this week. The Jets, believe it or not, the Jets pass defense with those random receivers, and we brought this up on our show, have been very good against wide receivers this season, and they've allowed more productions to the slot versus out wide where Cortland Sutton is. So for me, when I look at this, though, Juju without Deontay Johnson is going to be a PPR machine, and I think that baseline makes it very simple. But Marvin Jones against Arizona, they're going to have to throw a lot. It's not going to look pretty, but I'm going to have to go in full PPR, which breaks my heart, with Juju Smith-Schuster with no Deontay Johnson.
So, Bob, my niece made this for me last night. You see this?
Oh, it's beautiful.
You see that heart? You see that yellow heart with just a blood stain on it?
Yeah.
That represents how I feel about Juju Smith-Schuster Shyman today. I want all the Juju picks. Wow. Shout out to my girl Zari.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right. I think you know this fellow.
I do.
Mr. Richard Nudo. What's going on, Ricky? Full PPR. 1 point per 5 yards rushing. What a wild, wild addition to the points there. CEH, James White, or Madison? Who's going to get the most rush yards?
I'm telling you this. So when I did my matchup analysis this week, first 2 weeks versus week 3, CEH has the biggest differential and improved matchup of anybody. He had a really tough early season 2 games versus adjusted line yards. This is a much better match. This is my flag planting week on CEH. He's got to get it done. I think he finds the end zone. I think he has a good rushing day. It's CEH for me.
Yeah, it's CEH, especially with that bonus, that added bonus of the rushing yards. Of these options, do I think Madison is a good matchup? Yes. Have I seen it from Madison? No. Have I seen it from CEH? Absolutely not, but I know the utilization will be there. And if you have that 1 point per 5 yards rushing, that's a big offset for me. So I'm going to go with CEH here. I think he gets the volume. And quite honestly, Bob, I think that the Vikings are throwing the football today. So I'm going to stay away from that and go with CEH. All right, we got Keegan McLean, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. A lot of options here. Eckler, Mixon, Jonathan Toolman Taylor, Tyson Williams, Amari Cooper, Cortland Sutton, Justin Jefferson, A-Rob. I mean, good luck.
I know it's a lot. Buck, can you take this one for? I want to look at Joe Mixon's production last year against the Steelers. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look at that for a second, and you give us your answer.
Sure. So I'm concerned about Mixon for this particular week here. I like Eckler. I like Jonathan Taylor. For my flex option, I'm going to go Tyson Williams, and then I'm just slotting in Jefferson and Allen Robinson for my receiver spots. So I got Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, Tyson Williams. I'm fading Mixon here, Bob, and then I also have Jay Jefferson and Aaron Robinson. Sky?
Yeah. Sorry, Scott. Hey, man, I'll give you a second to read through it. But Mixon's had mixed results against Pittsburgh. Last year, he didn't even play him. It's 2 years ago. Got under 80 yards in both games on the ground. Nothing special through the air. He did find. So I'm going to actually fade Mixon for Eckler and Taylor this week. I like the Tennessee matchup, and I think Eckler against Kansas City. Kansas City is very vulnerable against the run. Tyson Williams, I get it. Top 10 run game matchup. I'm going to slide him into my slot, and I'm going to also go Jefferson at A-Rob. So we are in sync on this one.
You're on mute, Sky.
Sorry about that, boys. I will put a rare feather in the cap for Amari Cooper. He's beat up, so actually I'm going to go with Jefferson and A-Rob as well. However, Amari Cooper has ripped the Eagles traditionally, just annually. 3 touchdowns last year and a playoff game as well. So Amari, I think, has the upside. I think Allen Robinson's got a better floor for you with Justin Fields. We just don't know which Fields we're going to get. Could be a blow-up game, but it could also just be a rookie start.
All right, let me get back up here in the comments. Half-point PPR, RIP tags.
Thanks, Misa.
Pollard, Zach Moss, Mark Ingram, Ronnie Jones II. For me, this boils down to Ingram or Pollard. Moss is kind of taking a back seat. He's also doubtful for the week. And then Ronald Jones is apparently just sitting in his effervescent doghouse. Sky, what you got?
Pollard. Moss is kind of a backup. All these guys are in committees. So I'll take the talent and I'll take what we've seen already, which is Pollard.
I agree. I think, Ingram already played, right? So we can't on Thursday night, right? So he's out. Yeah. Jones, I think it's Fournette this week. I'm going to roll with him. And Moss has a much worse matchup than Pollard. So I'm going to take Pollard.
I'm going Pollard as well. This guy he's electrifying. Good player. I want to see more of him. Mini Jordan, welcome back. Good to see you back. PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Beckham Jr., Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Will Fuller, Henry Ruggs. Is he the third? Is it the third there, Sky? He's the third.
I'm confirming. Yes,
Henry
Ruggs the third.
Henry Ruggs the third. James White and Trey Sermon. We need a wide receiver and a flex in a PPR. Sky, will go to you first.
Man, this one's really tough. Let's see. I'm going to go with Devonta Smith here as my wide receiver. Love me some OBJ, and I hope he comes out and has 60 points today. I want him to succeed. Fantasy football and NFL football is more fun when Odell Beckham's legit. I hope he is. But until we see it, I'm going to pass. Jamar Chase could have a big day without T. Higgins in there, but it is the Steelers. We'll see what happens. TJ Watt is out. I don't know if we've mentioned that yet on the show. The pass rush is going to be a little bit less for the Steelers, which definitely helps Joe Burrow. I'm going to go with Devonta Smith here, though. I just think they're going to have to run it with the Cowboys as well. My flex is going to be between Chase, White, and Sermon. In PPR, it's White and Jamar Chase. And I'll go with the wide receiver there. So I'm going to go with Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith.
Dallas gives up the 7th most points to wide receivers. I think the Eagles are going to have a much better day today with Devonta Smith. And then I'm going Trey Sermon. I just think that he's going to get those touches. I'm just going to buy into that for them. So Sermon and Smith.
You know, usually you guys have been doing the show with me now for what? 8 weeks?
15, 20 years? So, yeah, something like that.
I'm always a requisite touches guy, but there's something about this Sermon situation that does not settle well in my stomach. It's a lot like a nice double-decker taco from Taco Bell at 2 a.m. I'm going to go with Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith. I agree with you, Sky. Your analysis was sound on Smith, but Jamar Chase, for me, I can't sit him, and definitely not for OBJ. OBJ just has to be a little bit more consistent for me to slot him in there week over week. Smith, Jamar Chase, I agree with you, Sky. All right, we'll go to you first, Bob. Ravens or Bears on the defense?
Man, I could see the Detroit getting a bunch of garbage time points, but I'm going to go with the Ravens DST in this scenario.
I'm going Bears.
at Cleveland, at Detroit. They're both on the road. And again, I mentioned this earlier. You want a defense at home. You want them favored. At least Baltimore's favored in this game. Yes, Goff is going to be the king all season of garbage points, but the Ravens, I think, could pick it up here late couple picks or sacks or whatever, like the Packers did last week. So I'll go with the Ravens. But the Ravens defense is not what the Ravens defense has been. They're a tier down from where they usually are, but I think they get that right here, and this is a get-right game for them. So I'll take Goff making a few mistakes.
All right, you heard it here first. Get right game. We got Misa. Welcome back, Misa Mar. Half point. Pascal, Henry Ruggs, Debo. We need 2 of those.
Bob, are you still rolling Pascal over Debo?
Well, it's pick 2, so I'd probably just fade Ruggs against Miami.
Oh, pick 2, excuse me. Okay, fade Ruggs then for me as well. Yeah, okay. Fade Ruggs.
So Ruggs is getting the Xavier Howard treatment?
No, Ruggs actually plays a lot in the slot, actually. It's just more of a game flow thing. I just don't know how much they're going to have to use him. I think Waller can dominate the Miami defense, so
it's how they use him. I'm not gonna count on 4 catches for a deep bomb touchdown. It's Waller, it's Edwards, it's the run game. I'm just gonna fade it.
The Titans and Colts game could be a fun one for fantasy.
I agree.
Just throwing that out there. So if Wentz is just able to, he might not be mobile, but if he can at least throw it on time and get to those guys, Titans are going to put up points against that Colts defense. So I like that game.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
17-14 now, but whatever.
It will be. And I'm going to go Ruggs and Debo because of it. All right. I love this one here, fellas. Steve Verfin flex, 1 point PPR, Pitts or Pollard? We'll go to you first, Bob.
It's Kyle Pitts. With Russell Gage out, I think it really bumps his PPR value this week. I know Pollard had a nice week, but I want to see him do it more than just once with Zeke in the lineup. So I'm going to lean Pitts here.
Same.
How can you hate on Pitts? The guy, he's getting the targets, just get in the end zone for the love of God, Kyle. Just do it. We all need it. I need it. Sky needs it. I know.
Come on, Kyle. Kyle, come on.
Kyle Coyle. All right, we got Nicholas Cole here. Madison or Tyson Williams PPR?
TCZ.
Where's the CZ come from on that?
I like it.
It just kind of rolls. It just rolls. That's all.
Just let the boy cook, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, I'm gonna say this constantly, and I know I should. I'm just gonna start going with the analysis. I do this spreadsheet, crazy spreadsheet. It's Tyson Williams is the better run game matchup this week. I'm going with the matchup. I'm going with the analysis. It's Williams.
You know what I hate though? Every single week we have a guy. It was Laviska Shenault, right? Week 1, dud. Last week, who was it? It was somebody that we were just like, this guy, dud. I'm terrified. Now we're like 35 Tyson Williams into this show now. I'm terrified that he's my guy now, and I'm gonna go down with the ship. I'm really worried about this now. Too many Tyson questions.
What's gonna stink is when Lat Murray puts in 2.
4 touchdowns. Yeah, 4 carries, 4 yards, 4 touchdowns. Tyson Williams gonna have 32 carries for 86 yards.
It's gonna be brutal, Sky, and I'm here for it. Usage. All right. 4 better or Trey Sermon? Who's 4 better?
It's Fournette.
Ah.
I was looking for a
Fournette or Sermon.
Trying to find
you get a point for every carry, full PPR. So point per carry,
Sermon.
Point PPR, Sermon or Fournette. You got Sermon here, Sky?
I do, yeah. With point per carry, I have it there. The matchup is going to be with Fournette, which Bob's going to give you, but I'm going to go with Sermon.
Leonard Fournette, start of the week.
I'm going Fournette here. I got to see it with Sermon. God, it's so hard to just throw blind darts on Fantasy Football Sunday, but I love that Sky has the audacity to do it. Just go for it, man.
It's his boy.
All right, Jake Simpson here. Mike Williams.
It hasn't been my boy.
Williams.
I've been fading Trey Sermon all morning.
You have been. Mike Williams, Tyson Williams, Chase Edmonds. We need one. We don't have a format here. We will assume It's half point PPR as he gets the PH Ormat on.
This one,
Bob.
see, format's massive in this. We need a format. This one, you got to go half for default.
Yeah, half would be probably the scenario here. Man, oh man, if it's full PPR, I'm gonna go Chase Edmonds. If it's standard and half, I'll go Tyson Williams.
So not Mike Williams either way, huh?
Yeah, I mean Kansas City. I guess when I'm looking at my metrics, Kansas City's not terrible against wide receivers. I mean, Marquise Brown had a nice day, but the thing with Marquise Brown is that he was used more of a slot guy in that game. I think it favors Keenan Allen in this one. But when you like all three guys, you got to pick one, right? So I like Mike Williams today, but I'm going to take the running backs in this scenario. I think Chase Edmonds against Jacksonville is a solid PPR play, and I think Tyson Williams against Detroit is a top 10 matchup. I'll say that again. And I think for half and standard, I'm good with him.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tyson here just because I've been riding the train now for 2 weeks, and I can't stop while I'm hot.
Yeah, I have to get off the train eventually this morning. Can I do another one of these like half cop-out situations where I go full PPR? Well, we don't have a format, so it's almost a legit cop-out. So non-PPR Tyson Williams for sure. Half PPR, I'm going to go with Chase Edmonds, and full PPR, I would go with Mike Williams.
Fair enough. All right, we got a what's up, boys? Bills Mafia. Go Bills, go Josh. He needs 2. Gibson, that's Antonio. Bob Woods, Bobby Trees, Mike Williams, Sony Michelle. We need 2 out of this group. Again, we do not have format. We are assuming half point PPR Sky.
We need those formats, folks. I'll pass on Sony Michelle. Robert Woods, let's get him in there. And Mike Williams or Antonio Gibson. Oh man, I don't like Gibby against Buffalo, but it's Gibson. He could rip against anybody. I would go with Woods and Gibson. I don't like the matchup though.
The only one that's a lock for me here is going to be Robert Woods. I basically, if Robert Woods doesn't have a good game this week, it's not going to be good for me. It's just a person. So I need him to do well. So Robert Woods is the end of everything. I'm going to go. I think in this scenario, I'll go Gibson, even though the matchup's not good against Buffalo. I think he's going to get a bunch of touches.
Did you guys see this jersey?
Sure do. Zimmer. Boom.
Yeah, that's Justin Zimmer. He's going to be eating Antonio Gibson's lunch at 1 p.m. I'm going Woods. I'm going Mike Williams. Targets don't lie, fellas. Targets do not lie.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Nice work.
All right, we already had
again.
This. Yep, we're going DJ. Believe it or not, Harris.
Reluctantly going with Daniel Jones. Shouts out to our Giants fan.
We're going with the fastest player in the NFL. The best there ever was. All right, pick 2 for Will Hayes, CEH, Miles Sanders, Singletary, or Damian Harris, PPR. Thank you for the format. We'll go to you first, Scotty.
Pick 2, PPR. Oh, boy. CEH and Damian Harris.
CEH and Miles Sanders. I don't like that Damian Harris versus New Orleans matchup.
Believe it or not, I'm going to go Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary. I don't like CEH. I don't like what I've seen on film. Damian Harris, I think, is going up against a steel trap. It's not going to be a nice day for him. I'm going to go Sanders and Singletary. I'm going to fade it completely. Sorry, fellas.
So does Zimmer eat Antonio Gibson's lunch and then give it to Singletary for extra juice? Is that is that how that works or what?
Like, does he baby bird him?
Yeah. Like regurgitated.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's disgusting, but also
Buffalo's different, man. Buffalo's different.
Yeah, it's the circle of life, Sky.
I need a new spreadsheet that factors in the bird feeding. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's week 3, Bob. Like, what are we doing here? It's week 3.
At this point, that's on me, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. So
yeah. Gibson stands no chance against 6-1.
We're off the rails already. We got 2 hours.
Yes,
left.
we are.
Go.
All right. This is a good one here. Non-PPR, so a standard format. Leonard Fournette or Joe Mixon Bob.
I think I'm going to go with Fournette here. I'm telling you, it's Tampa Bay's number 1 in my metric, and Cincinnati's 26th in my metric for ground game matchups against Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh's banged up, but the Bengals also are going to be missing one of their guards this week. Xavier Suafiliolo or whatever his name is. But yeah.
No, that's
So
his name. Good job.
Yeah. Is it? Let's go.
Yeah, Suafiliolo.
Yeah. So I think Fournette's my start of the week. I'm going to go with him in the scenario.
Man, sometimes Bob gets me, and Leonard Fournette is somebody that I don't want to play, and I have in no leagues, so I'm really hyped about that. But I'm coming around on him in this show this morning with the matchup here, and Brady's going to do his best to keep Stafford off the field. It's going to be running the ball. So I'll take Fournette. I don't like anybody against the Steelers, period. I know Joe Mixon's had a couple decent games. He gets the volume. He could fall in for a touchdown and make it a better day. But, man, you better hope Leonard Fournette stays on the field. That's my concern with Bucks. I don't care who it is. The doghouse factor with Arians is legit. Mixon is not coming off the field ever. It's just the Steelers matchup. So I guess I'll lean Fournette here, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Fournette, but, God, I feel terrible about it, to be honest with you. All right, started CMC this week. Mike Davis or Kenyon Drake, RB2 Sky.
I'm going to go with K. Dreezy here. Jacobs, I don't know if he's out yet. Do we have confirmation that he's out for sure?
Yeah, he looks out, yeah.
I mean, he's doubtful, but I didn't know if he was confirmed out. The Peyton Barber experiment's a joke. It's got to be Kenyon Drake here. And Mike Davis, look, I mean, Cordero Patterson, a kick returner, is a better running back than Mike Davis right now. I'm going to go Kenyon Drake.
Drake for me as well.
Yeah, I'll go Drake here. I just don't have faith in Atlanta at all. I have a lot more faith in that ability to move the football down the field for the Las Vegas Raiders. I got it right that time, fellas.
I got some breaking news for a second. I got breaking news. Sorry.
Breaking news. Here we go.
Kenny Golladay is active officially today. That's warm-ups. Ian Rappaport says live on TV that the 49ers confirmed they're going to ride Trey Sermon today. So we'll see how that goes, but that's just another update.
Thank you, Bob.
No problem.
Start one. You got the sit one RB here. PPR. Sanders, Gibson, or Pollard.
Are we ready to sit Pollard, a backup running back for a starter like Gibson who gets like nearly 20 touches? I know the matchup's tougher, but I can't get in on that just yet. I need to see Tony Pollard do it for consecutive weeks, even though he looked awesome. So I'm going to leave Gibson and Sanders.
Man, I have a reputation to uphold, which is fade Sanders at all costs. But this is a situation here. Who's Philly and Dallas, duh. Same game. Prime time, it's got to be Zeke. I'm going to fade Pollard here. And
I'm fading Pollard.
Stress a 60-yard touchdown all night long. But I'm going to go Monday Night Football, correct? Yeah, primetime Zeke. All the chatter, Jerry's hearing that. I'll go with Sanders and Gibson here, so sit Pollard.
If it was another option, like if you were throwing me Joe Mixon
another one
here, yeah, exactly, I'd probably say I'd fade Gibson, but I just don't know that the utilization will be there for Pollard. That's my main concern, so I'm fading him.
If Sanders doesn't beat him out this week, though, I'm officially off Sanders forever. I already have been, and I'm trying to be nice once, but no.
He hasn't been that bad. Can we have an open discussion here?
Yeah.
He hasn't been that bad. In terms of pure utilization numbers, Sky, he's there. He's up there.
Sure. True.
So convert it to touchdowns and make me happy, please, for the love of God.
That's an issue.
It is. It's a very big issue. All right, we got Jordan Smith here. Marquise Brown, Hollywood, or Madison?
Format, Jordan. For me in this one, I guess it's going to be Madison on touches. Marquise Brown's been on fire the last handful of games. He could have another big day. He might have a long touchdown early in this one. I just don't think they're going to need him later. I think it's a Mark Andrews game finally and a lot of running. So I'm going to go with Madison and hope it's 80% of a Dalvin Cook game.
Look what Derrick Henry just did last week to the Seattle Seahawks defense. And if it's Madison full workload, I'm just going to take that game. So I'm going to go Madison here.
I'm going Madison as well. I like that pick. All right, we need a flex here. Standard scoring. Damian Harris, Myles Gaskin, or Mike Davis.
Gaskin sighting. That's the first of the morning, I believe.
It is. It is. It's
Yeah,
a
give me
new
a second
day.
here.
This is
I'm
tough, man.
gonna
Are
double
you
check
in the
again.
lab? Are you in the lab?
These
Been
are,
allowed.
at standard scoring, I think I'm still going to go Damian Harris here. I think, all three of these guys are fades personally for me, but I'm going to go Harris because he's just the better pure runner in a standard format.
Quick question, boys. Pop quiz. How many rush attempts has Myles Gaskin had total on the season through 2 games? Pop
17.
quiz.
14.
14 rush attempts for a starting running back. Hate it. He's had 9 receptions, which helps. No yardage. He's been inefficient, unfortunately. New England, Buffalo, legit, better than the Raiders, but I'm going to fade that too. Standard scoring here, I think Damian Harris gets enough, and I think he'll just rumble in for a touchdown. So I'm going to fade Gaskin and Davis.
I'm going to go Davis just because I really dislike that matchup for Harris. I think he's going to be shut down, neutralized. I think Mike Davis has better upside of a touchdown today. All right, full PPR from Fever.
Look at
Sammy
these names.
Watkins. Yeah, this is good. Sammy Watkins, Will Fuller, Cole Beasley at the flex. PPR.
Holy smokes.
Full point, yeah.
I'm probably going to go Beasley.
Buffalo has Washington football team. Just scrolling through. Bucky,
Raiders.
for a second?
Raiders for Will Fuller, and then Lions for Sammy Watkins.
I'm going to go Cole Beasley, PPR.
Beasley for me.
How about Clemson getting burnt out by North Carolina though? Clemson, Sammy
game.
Watkins. Anybody? Never mind. Move on.
No, I felt it.
Okay.
Going Cole Beasley here. All right, we got Cortland Sutton or Madison in a full PPR.
Sutton for me.
I just want to take a quick break here, guys. Just want to let everyone know, listen, right now today, we're on questions from 7:21. Right now it's 8:31. We're going to get to your questions, we promise. So stick with us. We'll get to these about 15, 20 minutes or so. So just stick with us if you just submitted a question. If you guys do want to jump the line and you want to donate today, all our proceeds from today's show are going to Mike Tagliare's family. So if you want to use that super chat function, all you got to do is log into your YouTube account. You can donate. We'll get to your questions first. But either way, just sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We're going to be talking through start sits. We're going to talk about updates at 8:30. We're just going to get all that too. So stay with us throughout the show. We understand and appreciate your patience. So if you just submitted a question or a question like 10 minutes ago, it's going to take a little time, but I promise you we'll get to it. In this scenario, it's Madison for me.
Yeah, I'm going Madison here. Usage. I need it.
Man, we've just been burnt by Madison too many times, man. I hope it happens.
I know.
Hey,
Sometimes you got to have faith in your heart. Faith in the heart.
it's not there.
All right, we got Zeke, Miles Sanders going against each other Monday night. Tyson
Miles
Williams. All right, so we have Zeke, Sanders, Tyson Williams, Alex Madison needs 3 of those 4.
Ooh.
Bob, will go to you first.
I'm not sitting Zeke. I'll play Zeke and Sanders against each other. I'm fine with those guys going on Monday night. And then for me, William, I think I'm going to go Williams. I'll stick to the stats. Williams, Madison, Williams, Miles Sanders, and Zeke.
We do not have a format, correct? Just want to make
No
sure I'm
format.
not missing it. Okay. First line, appreciate you jumping in and taking your time this morning to hang out with us as well. So you're absolutely welcome. It's Zeke for me, Tyson Williams, I've been mentioning all morning, and I'll ride Madison here in that matchup. So I'm going to fade Sanders.
Same 3 as Sky. Zeke, Williams, Madison, fading Sanders. Levy looking like he's doing an interview for a documentary and hiding his identity. Yes.
It was a nice silhouette. You know what we need to do is
Yeah.
we need to get him one of those like voice decoders, like hello.
Yeah. We'd be churning in the views at that point. All right, we got your boy here, Bob. We got Ricky Nudo coming in the jump. Full PPPR. That's an unbelievable type of format that he's got going on.
PPP.
So CEH Madison or James White. 5 yards. You got us a point.
Whoa. What a cool format.
Yeah, I'm still going to go CEH here. I've talked about this all morning. He has the biggest differential from his first 2 games to his week 3 matchup in matchup overall for adjusted line yards. This is the week for CEH. I'm going to roll with CEH this week.
Man, I don't want to because it's been really tough to swallow, but Bosa is out in this game here for the Chargers. That's massive on that defensive line there. So I'm going to ride the Chiefs. We know they're going to score points. CH is getting decent work. It's just a matter of him actually scoring a touchdown. He could do that this week. I'll roll with CEH in this one. And I do like this 5-yard rushing point. That's fun.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with CEH. All right.
So
Mike
Derrick Henry has like 60 points in this league every week.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So Mike Honcho here. We got the only Mike Honcho.
Hey, Mike.
Half PPR, pick 2. Tyson Williams, Trey Sermon, Bobby Woods.
Wow.
Sky?
Mike, I'm convinced Mike hates us because we've liked all 3 of these guys.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. Yeah, so let's just skip Mike's question. No, I'm kidding. So we've been repping Tyson Williams hard, Trey Sermon hard, and Bobby Woods all morning. This one's really tough here. Half PPR, Bob Woods, I think, is the automatic for everybody here. So it's down to the running backs. Tyson Williams, Trey Sermon. Tyson Williams has had a surprising amount of let me see if I can bring it up really quick. He's actually had a decent amount of targets coming up here. Let me check really quick. Just take 1 second here.
I'll make it quick.
6 targets, so I'm going to go Williams and Woods.
Same for me. Williams, Wood, Mike Honcho. Spread his butt cheeks apart and everything.
Right.
All right, John. I lost Mostert. Now Mitchell. Oh, no, man.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, John. Which running back from the 49ers is a good start? He's got Latavius Murray on the bench. I mean, it's Trey Sermon. That's all there is. It's all gone.
Bob's out of breath. Let's do this one quickly and get to Bob here with breaking news. Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon is the only guy. He's going to get the start. If he's available somehow on your bench, go for it. Latavius Murray is going to maybe run in for 1 or 2 touchdowns, but not have the yardage. It's Sermon or bust for me. Bob was.
Yeah, so the inactives are rolling in right now. I'm just kind of scrolling through. DeAndre Hopkins is active this week. The Jaguars are going to be down their top cornerback, C.J. Henderson. Man, I think if you can get DeAndre Hopkins in your DFS lineups this week, he could be even a little banged up. They don't have a corner to stop him at all. Wheels up on that offense. I think the question here, I like Lat Murray too today, but I think if he has Sermon, I'm going to go Sermon over Lat Murray. But I think Murray's going to clean up, and he'll be a solid play if you need to start him this week.
So, Bob, with C.J. Henderson being out for the Jaguars, are you now going to start Kyler Murray over Kirk Cousins at this point?
Yes. I lean Murray slightly ahead of Kirk Cousins this week.
All right, we got another one here from Fat Tony. Shout out to the fat guts out there. Carr, Tannehill, or Danny Dime Pieces? We will go with you first, Sky.
Carr, Tanny, and Danny, huh? Just flipping the rankings because I know they're all very close here. We've already given a couple reps to Daniel Jones, so I don't want to overdo it. Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Tannehill's number 11 for me. Carr is 14. Daniel Jones right behind him. So I'm going to go with Tannehill against the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to actually lean Daniel Jones here slightly, but I just want to pull up the stats from last year because I want to know how he did against Indianapolis last year, and I'm going to go Daniel Dimes.
Going with Danny Dimes. Are you wearing a Giants shirt, by the way?
Yep.
Are you a Giants fan, Bob?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Shout out to our boys at Jersey Jungle and South Carolina. We got us a Kenny Galladay jersey. Real nice, fresh, pretty sweet. So shout out to our boys at the Jersey Jungle guys. Half off of what you get on NFL.com. Legit stitch and twill. You're going to love them. Shout out to our boys at Jersey Jungle.
You should have got a Ron Dane.
I do have a Ron Dane, actually, from back in the day.
Okay, good. Love Ronnie Dane. All right, Mike Ortiz here. full PPR, flex spot. Dalvin Cook set to play with a split. I don't think he's going to play, pal. Would you start Chase Claypool with high upside since Deontay Johnson is ruled out? My answer is simply yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, we got Mark Andriotti here. What up? What up? Got a few questions. PPR, one flex, Chase, Sermon, or CEH. We will start there and get into the rest later.
Chase.
CEH.
I'm going Jamar Chase here. Kid is too talented. One flex. We got Allen Robinson, Hollywood Brown, or Trey Sermon.
Wow.
A-Rob.
A-Rob for me too.
I'm going A-Rob.
Buck, looks like we have a super chat here.
Can you grab that?
Team 3. He's got one more here. Team 3 standard. One flex, Sutton or Shepard.
Gotcha.
I'm going Sutton.
I'm going to go Shepard here. But wait, it was standard? Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
Sutton in a standard. Yep.
Here's your super chat, buddy.
Not to be political, but is Bucky in Congress for DFS? Yes, I would run for Congress if I had the backing that I needed. Buck Army, shout out my guys. I will vote for you. Clyde at 4,800 or Madison. I'm going to lean Clyde here despite the underwhelming performance.
Yeah, take the dip, guys. DFS purposes, Clyde's this is it. This is the week he's going to play. And last year he performed decent against the Chargers. I'm taking the dip on Clyde this week in DFS.
Fair enough.
All right, I got to find our spot here.
By the way, it's DFS too, guys. You can play both these guys. Get them both in there real cheap. Get that cheap Madison play. Get that cheap Clyde Edwards play. And especially on DK, they actually give you good discounts. So I would take both if you can get them both in there.
So we got ubiquitously here. Ridiculous question. Would you start Sutton over one of Ridley or McLaurin in a full PPR? Sky, I'd love to hear your breakdown here.
Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, ubiquitously, great name, by the way, handle. Not crazy. I have McLaurin in a league that I'm looking to move off of him, and I'm not sure that I can, so I'm going to play him. Bob, are we going to get Trey White all day on McLaurin?
It's a possibility. Trey White has been moving all over the formation. He's been around, so I can see him. He actually plays a little in the slot too. But the Jets are actually even tougher against passing defenses, whether you want to admit it or not. It doesn't look pretty. The Jets DST against outside wide receivers have allowed one of the least amount of points in the NFL this season. So I'm still going to go McLaurin and Ridley in this scenario.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Sutton over both, to be honest. I don't see any sort of success for McLaurin on Trey White. Ridley, for me, I need to see something from that offense, fellas. We got another super chat. Johnny Vickers, appreciate the love and support. All proceeds go to Mike Taggs and his family. Drop Ruggs, Devonta Smith, or Ayuk to block the competition from picking up Michelle in place of Henderson. I don't see Michelle as like a long-term solution here. I like all three of these players more than I like Michelle. I want to hear your thoughts, Guy.
I personally would prefer that my competition picks up Michelle. I'm not going to lie. I have no faith in Sony Michel. I know we don't necessarily feel the same on this panel, but I don't, and especially against the Bucks. So I'm not worried about that at all. I would let that slide. I'm having trouble hearing this. Drop Ruggs, I get. Pick up Devonta Smith or Ayuk, I get. Block my competition. Like, you're picking up wide receivers to block from Sony Michel. I'm a little confused here.
Well, because maybe it's easier to find wide receivers on the waiver wire than running backs. And right now, Sony Michel could be starting this week. Someone could pick him up, and he can get you a full workload. I get where he's coming from, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' run defense is so good, and Sony Michel is not going to be involved in the pass game. So it's almost a trap. We believe it's a trap this week. So if you're going to do it just for this week, which I understand the strategy, I think I would still hold Ruggs, Smith, and Ayuk. I wouldn't even pick up Michel because I'm not worried about him overall this week.
All right, we got Tim Westby here with another super chat. QB question. Burrow, Tannehill, Big Ben. Other teams stick with Brady over Rodgers, Buck Army. All right, so first question here. Burrow, Tannehill, or Big Ben, Sky?
Burrow and Big Ben are missing their top option. I'm going to ride Tannehill, man. Julio looked great, and they still have to Henry, and AJB is due against the Colts. So I'm going to go with Tannehill here.
If Higgins was in, T. Higgins, I would consider Burrow, but I'm going to go Tannehill because of that injury.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tannehill here as well. And the second question, do you go Brady over Rodgers for this week?
I'm going to say yes because it's Brady. He's looked absolutely phenomenal. They have too many weapons. The Rams are the Rams, but it's going to be a shootout. I'm going to stick with Brady. Rodgers, though, I mean, nobody on the 49ers secondary can cover Devonta Adams. Devonta Adams could have 12 for 200 in this game, which as a Niner fan I'm terrified of, but I love Devonta Adams. I'm going to stick with Brady here.
Brady for me as well. We got Shamir here. Welcome, Shamir. Melvin Gordon or Tony Pollard?
TP for me, baby.
Yeah. I guess I'll take the matchup and go with Tony Pollard. He does have a much superior matchup this week.
So when I look at this, it's about an even split between utilization between both players. And I think Tony Pollard, I mean, the guy is, yeah, exactly. It's the upside. It's the fact that he is explosive. I'm going to go Tony Pollard here. Hopefully he gets 6 for you, pal. Thanks, Shamir. All right, we got L. Hardy. Should I trade Tyreek for Najee and Justin Jefferson?
Whoa.
I would say that's a very, very good trade. If you're giving up Tyreek here, you're getting 2 assets. I want Justin Jefferson on my team the way they're having to throw the football. And Najee Harris, we're just seeing the beginning of that iceberg start to chip away.
I agree here, and it's tough to get rid of a stud. I'd like to know format because in full PPR, this is no doubter that I would do the trade and I would get Jefferson and Najee. In like standard for or whatever, I might keep Tyreek just because he's such a difference maker. But I think I'm okay with this trade. I would take Najee and Jefferson, and I think it's fair for both teams. I really do.
Yeah, I would. I'm going to agree. I'm going to go Najee and Justin Jefferson side here.
All right, Nuck, if you buck here, Danny Dimes over Tannehill this week. What are your thoughts on those 2 players?
Actually, I'm just disappointed that Buck, you're not Nuck if you buck. I mean, at this point, that handle, that says you written all over it. But then for this, I'm going to still go with I'm going to go Danny Dimes. I think the Atlanta Falcons down A.J. Terrell is a winnable matchup for him. So I'm going to go Danny Dimes today.
Man,
I'm going with Daniel Dimes.
I'm going to stick with Tannehill. I know it's a divisional matchup. The Titans have won 8 of 9 in Indianapolis, though. And I think it's just a coming out party for the Titans here.
All right, we already got to this one earlier.
And again, just another heads up while we're getting there. We get behind on these questions if you're just joining us. So stay put. We do have questions in the queue, and we're going to blast them out. We'll get to you eventually.
Yep, we got Marvin Jones, Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard, or Damian Harris in the flex for DFS.
I assume they're all relatively similarly priced. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. And if you're going DFS, so what? FanDuel's half and DraftKings is full. If it's full PPR, I'm going to go with Marvin Jones. If it's half, I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt, actually.
Yeah, Marvin Jones for me. The top wide receiver back-to-back weeks found the end zone against the Cardinals, and I expect Kyler Murray to do his thing today. So I think they're going to have to throw a lot. So I'm going Marvin Jones.
I'm going Marvin Jones as well. Would you start Rams defense versus the Bucks today or the Titans against the Colts? I'm going Titans.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Titans too. I just want to see where they're actually at in rankings, how far I drop the Rams. Yeah, I do have the Titans as well.
I'm going Titans. I agree.
Carson Wentz could play one play and be out.
You never know. You just never know. Jake Henry, Amari Cooper, Pittman, Ridley, Woods. We need 2 of those in a PPR format, Sky.
All right. So for me, I'm sitting Pittman. I know he blew up, but I just don't trust Wentz right now. I hope he bounces back in a big way. It's Ridley or Woods. We're all going to, or not we're all. I'm going to go with Woods. Seems to be consensus. And I want, I'm okay with Ridley here too. I'm going to go Ridley and Woods.
Ridley and Woods.
I'm going Amari and Ridley. Start Javonte Williams, Juju, or Trey Sermon PPR. Interesting question here.
Yeah, it's Sermon and Juju. It's just a matter of how you feel about Juju today. In PPR, I think I'm going to go with Juju. I think he gets 10, 15 targets today for real without Deontay Johnson in there. So I'll go with Juju here.
Trey Sermon, man, I don't know. Like this he could erupt if it's against this matchup. Juju and PPR. It's Juju though. We'll go Deontay.
Buck, we got a super down here.
Bob, can you grab it?
We already did these. It was Burrow, Tannehill, and then we have Ruggs, Devonta Smith, Ayuk. We already got these questions earlier. Oh, super sticker.
J Mom wants to give a big up. Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
J
Mom. Thanks for the support.
Love you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
All right. We got one here from Jake Henry. Jamar Chase, Myles Gaskin, is that Najee Harris? Yes. Mm-hmm. Nick Chubb, pick 2. I'm going Chubb. I'm going with Jamar Chase.
Same.
Yeah, it's Harris and Chubb, right? I mean, is Najee Harris and Nick Chubb pick 2? Yeah, Najee Harris, Nick Chubb.
All right, Jake, same guy, different question here. Harris, Mixon, or Mike Davis pick 2. I'm actually going to fade Harris. I'm going to go Mixon and Davis.
Same.
Oh, man, I know the Saints are good, but Mike Davis. Ugh.
It feels bad. Feels real bad, Sky.
I can't do it. Harris and Mixon.
All right, Ryan Colville, welcome to one of the OGs here.
What up, Ryan?
It's all set. Just want to say, hey, R.I.P. Mike Tags. Absolutely, man.
Respect,
Thoughts
Ryan.
and
Thanks,
prayers
man.
to his family. Dylan, Rondael Moore, or James White. This is a good one. Half-point PPR flex option. I'm going to start it. I'm going to say Rondael Moore. I want that electrifying upside. I want the guy that might get 100 yards. James White will not sniff 100 yards. He might sniff 7 receptions, but I want Rondael Moore 4 for 100 and getting it in the end zone this week, Rondael Moore.
Even though you're out on Harris this week because of the Saints?
I'm just out on the Pats, to be honest. Like, I just am.
What about Jameis throwing 4 picks in this game and giving them extra juice? I'll go Rondael Moore here too. Buck, I think you broke that down well. The upside in yardage, touchdown upside is there with Rondael Moore. Half PPR doesn't give James White as much oomph. So I'll go with Rondael here as well.
Oh, it's more with the Henderson news. That's big. That's the Jags' best corner. I think Rondael Moore will be great this week.
All right, we got Reese here. Needs a flex. Sutton, Mike Williams, Jamar Chase, Bob Woods, Rondael Moore, Madison, or CEH. You need a flex out of these 7? Are you? Come on.
Who's your starting roster, Reese? Come on, man.
Oh, good Lord. Who's the best of this bunch?
Robert Woods for me.
I got Bob Woods.
Yeah, I think the 3 that jump off the page here are Chase, Woods, and CEH. You guys are going to go Woods. I'm going to go Chase. T. Higgins being out, TJ Watt being out, less of a pass rush for the Steelers. I think Jamar Chase gets peppered, and he's got the touchdown upside. So I'll go with Chase here, but you could start any of these guys. This is a pretty solid slot here.
Yeah, just get a roulette table and put the ball in and assign numbers to these players, I think he'll be okay. All right, we got Nathan Larson. What up, Nate?
A lot of Rondaels coming in.
I love this one here. Rondael Moore or Gronk, flex, full PPR. My word, this is where we are. We have arrived.
Yeah, full PPR, huh?
I'm gonna stick with Gigantor here, right? I think I'm gonna stick with Gronk because you know he's gonna catch one, maybe two. And even if Ramsey takes him, Gronk's just a foot taller. So I'll take Gronk.
Yeah, I guess. I'll go Gronk here in a full PPR. That's fine.
I'm going to go Gronk. I'm not going to sit somebody that's red hot. Carlos, 23, 16-man PPR. Flex spot. Nyheim Hines, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Ty Johnson, Quez Watkins. So we're getting deep, boys. We're getting into the crumbs.
Yeah, this is 16. I'll go with Hines here.
I am actually going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I wrote about him in my article this week. The Baltimore Ravens have allowed one of the top 5 in allowing production to the slots of receivers. And I think this game they're going to just throw so much, they're going to need him. And I think he's a sleeper this week.
Bob, you just hit me in my heart, man. I'm going Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Fair. I'm a Cephas guy. But
You've always been a Cephas guy, man.
We call ourselves Cephers. If anybody wants to join, we call ourselves Cephers. That's a C, by the way. C-E-P-H. Cephers.
Yeah, Cephers. Perfect. Start
well
2 of 3.
Group.
Yeah, no, it's a established group in the world. Cephers. I'm sorry. You got me, Sky. Fredley, 2 out of 3. We need Evans, Sutton, or Madison in a PPR. For me, I'm going to go Evans. I'm going to go Sutton.
Can I sit Evans?
I'm sitting Sutton, personally. Evans
yeah,
and Madison to me.
Yeah, AB being out is going to put Evans in there, and I want Madison in there as well. So reluctantly, I'm going to sit Sutton, but I do like his matchup, or I do like him in general this week. But I'll go Evans and Madison too. I just always worry about the Evans 2 for 7 yards and no touchdown thing, but
no AB this week.
Yeah. That's the turning point for me. Otherwise, I would probably sit Evans personally.
So we have the established state of Vermont, as always. I hope the weather is well in Montpelier. Morning. Pick 2 PPR. Hollywood. He's playing. Michael Pittman, Jacoby Myers, Hardman, or Galladay. Pick 2. I'm going Pittman. I'm going Hollywood.
Just some breaking news, guys. Just want to let you know, Marlon Mack is actually inactive today. That's good news for Jonathan Taylor. That's something notable for his
Hines
workload,
too.
and also Hines as well. In this scenario, I'm going to go Hollywood and Pittman in this matchup. The Tennessee Titans are just getting torched by wide receivers this year.
Yeah. Any chance of a Kenny Galladay squeaky wheel, Bob?
Well, with AJ Terrell out, it's definitely a good matchup. I think Shepard's the one. I just think that's just how it's going to work and operate, and I'm gonna lean Hollywood and Michael Pittman because of that.
Okay, I will as well. I want Jacoby Myers in there for PPR purposes, but yet to catch a touchdown in his career somehow. So I will also go that way. And shouts out to the VT. Appreciate you tuning in.
Bob, you got that super chat down there?
Yes, I got you guys right now. There you go.
All right, we got RIP tags. RIP. Thoughts and condolences there. PPR, Swift or Madison. Pittman or Galladay. Starting Danny Dimes for that hook up there. Could also have a few pickup options pre-game. So we'll start with Swift or Madison, Sky.
Swift or Madison. Game script is going to be Swift. Oh boy, I'm such a Jamal Williams guy. It's like a sickness. I'm gonna go Madison. I'm gonna go Pittman. if you were to pick up anybody in general, Tyler Boyd being under waiver, I think is silly. T. Higgins is out. Bobby has been repping him for 6 months. I know he's been slow, but this could be a game for him. So honestly, okay, if I can redo this, sorry. I'm going to go Madison, and I would actually pick up Boyd if I can, play him over Pittman and Golladay personally.
Tyler Boyd should be on your team. I agree, but I am going to go Michael Pittman. He showed a lot last week against the Rams, and this week against the Titans, which is just insane. And then I'm going to go Swift, PPR. I think the Ravens are going to go up big, and then they're going to just dump it to the running backs, just like week 1 all over again, and I like Swift and PPR.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go Swift and Pittman.
Got another super here, guys.
Buck, do you want me to read the supers for us?
Yeah.
I'm getting the flow here. I got you. Ryan's usually here. This is my fault, guys. Drop Niners D for Giants, Titans, or Pack. Right tags. What do you guys think? Giants, Titans, and Packers DST over the 49ers this week.
I'm not dropping the Niners D this week for those. No.
Yeah, I'm not either. The Green Bay Packers are out both of their left tackles. That's a problem when you have Bosa on the side there. So Bosa could go nuts. The secondary is not what we need it to be, we being Niners. But there could be a sack or two. Rodgers just doesn't turn the ball over. That's the problem with the DST against them. I'm going to keep the Niners, though, as well.
I'm actually going to go – I'm going to say this. Aaron Rodgers always has a chip on his shoulder against the 49ers because that's his hometown team, and they passed
time as well.
Alex Smith. So I would say personally I'm going to go with the Giants DST out of this group based on the matchup. Matt Ryan has turned the ball over a lot the last couple of weeks. Their running game is kind of non-existent, so I think I'm going to lean Giants in this scenario.
Fair enough. Thomas.
Buck, we got another super chat. Sorry, buddy. I got you.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, so lost Dobbins, Gus, Mostert, and now Mitchell.
Yikes, John.
Red face angry emoji. Reading it out for the people.
That's a cussing emoji. That's like full on swearing. That's not suitable for children.
I'm starting CEH with no trust. Need a flex. Half-point PPR. Boyd, Ayuk, Sony Michel, or Mecole Hardman. I'm going to kick it over to you to Buck. What do you think?
It's Tyler Boyd here.
Yeah, it's Boyd for me too. And John, I can message here is getting my nerves going here. I can tell you're on tilt, my man. Let's take a breath. A lot of us have lost Dobbins and Gus and Mostert and Mitchell. Take a breath. It's early. It's week 3. Even if you're 0-2, you're going to bounce back here in a big way. Let's go with Boyd. Hopefully it's a big game with Higgins out. You got this, my man. Stay focused.
All right, we got Smoky Beard. I like a good smoky beard right there, Sky.
Love it.
Floss it. We got Torn on this one here. Pick 2, PPR, Sutton, Jamar Chase, Tyson Williams, or Chase Edmonds. This is a juicy question here, fellas. Go to you first, Sky.
All right, Torn on this one. Pick 2, PPR, Sutton, Chase, Tyson, and Edmonds. All right, I've been Tyson all morning, and I've been Sutton as well. I'm going to go Chase for sure. And in full PPR, I am going to go with Sutton. Love my boy Tyson Williams, but I'm going to go Chase and Sutton.
I actually am going to go Chase and Tyson here. Joe Hayden's back this week. So that's good for Pittsburgh. Last week he was out. That was something we talked about in our show. So actually I'm going to lean Chase because the Jacksonville defense is just horrific. I'm sorry, Edmonds. My apologies. I'm going Edmonds and Tyson Williams. I'm sorry, there's Chase Edmonds on here. My apologies. Edmonds and Tyson Williams.
Oddly enough, I'm with you, Bob. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to run with it. I have to go with the running backs. I have to go with the touches here. I want 15 plus for both players. Tyson, Chase Edmonds. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, guys?
Fourth
Hey.
member of the squad in here. For anybody unfamiliar, this is Jordan Della Valle, another co-host of the TCK pod. Jumping in, he's been en route the last couple of weeks, not able to join the Sunday show. Happy Sunday morning, my man. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot of questions. We're going lickety-split here. I hope you're ready to go and you got your coffee in you, man. Let's have fun.
You called it. I do.
Boom.
That looks like a nice cup there, Jordan. All
He's
right,
ready.
Let's roll into it. You're on the clock here, Jordan. Nyheim Hines, Ronald Jones, Peyton Barber. Needs a filler for Dalvin Cook. So Hines, Jones, Barber.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little tough in that Ronald Jones news came out that Leonard Fournette is supposedly getting the start, so I'm not going there. In a PPR, I may go Nyheim Hines. Marlon Mack was just ruled inactive, healthy scratch this week. So in a PPR, I might go Hines just for that receiving work. Wentz is on track to play, even though he's sprained both ankles. In a standard non-PPR, I might go Peyton Barber, but even still, I think I'd prefer Nyheim Hines.
Man, Jordan rolling out of bed with the fire. Stole all my takes. Nailed it. I'm going Nyheim Hines here. And again, please, everybody, give us your format. It helps tremendously with a guy like Nyheim Hines and Peyton Barber. They're not the same running back. It helps a lot. I'll go with Hines here.
Yeah, it's Hines for me. We just talked about Marlon Mack being inactive. I think that's going to help boost a little bit of his usage this week. So it's going to be Hines as well for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hines here. Barber, one of the worst football players I've ever watched. Ronald Jones. I mean, I'm just being honest, guys. I mean, can I not be honest on this platform?
It's fair. It's fair.
He's just not a good football player. And Gruden loves his ass. It is tough. All right, let's go. We got Sanders, Madison, or Harris here for age 86. We'll go to you first, Guy.
Yeah, again, format's big here. I'm going to stick with Madison, though. Bob?
It's Miles Sanders for me. I think he's got the best matchup amongst these running backs this week, so I'm going to roll with him against Dallas.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sanders as well here. Like I said earlier, Sky, the utilization has been there. We just need the result. It needs to come. It needs to come quick. I'm going to go with Sanders here.
As the resident Eagles fan, I'm also going Sanders, unless that's Najee Harris, but I'm guessing it's Damian.
It's a good point. We could use a first initial on that one. All right. We got one here from Arthur. Madison or Swift? Bob, tee us up.
I think I'm going to go Swift in full PPR if that's the case, or even half. I just think he's going to get so much work in this game against Baltimore in the pass game. You know, they don't have the receivers anymore to kind of stick with those cornerbacks for the Baltimore Ravens, so I'm going to go Swift here.
Yeah, I'm going DeAndre Swift, right? You have a real starter here in Swift. You have a guy that can catch the football. I just feel like game flow is going to work in his favor in terms of fantasy points accumulation compared to that of Alex Madison.
Yeah, I'm going Swift as well. I think he'll be used more in the offense, even though Madison might start in absence of Cook. I think Swift will be more involved in Detroit's offense and has, Baltimore's defense not what it used to be. I think it'll be okay.
Swift.
All right, James Robinson or Odell Beckham Jr. in a PPR. What a confounding question this is. Jordan, you kick us off.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess OBJ. He seems to be fully healthy. I think they took the time with him coming back and Landry out. There's just not many other options in that Cleveland offense. I'll take the prayer on OBJ.
Likewise.
I'm actually going to pivot here. I'm going to go with James Robinson. In my run game metrics this week, he's number 8 for matchup against Arizona. And I think James Robinson, the good thing for him is he's the passing down back. So when they go down against Arizona, he might get a couple dump offs this week too. So I'm going to go James Robinson.
I can't ever start OBJ, fellas. Jordan, I don't want to spite you at all, but I gotta say, OBJ gives me no semblance of hope. He brings me down, is what the fella does. I'm going James Robinson in the hope that Urban Meyer woke up this morning, had his coffee, and thought to himself, what did you just say? He didn't?
He didn't. Yeah. No, I already talked to him.
Okay.
He's not. That's not what he's doing this morning.
Good point. I'm still going James Robinson. It's the hope that kills you. I'm going to go with James Robinson here. I can't start OBJ. I'm sorry, guys. All right, Cobra Gaming here. Kenyon Drake, Chase Edmonds, Sony Michel, full PPR. Pick 2. We'll go to you first, Guy.
Sit Michelle for me.
Sit Michelle.
Sit Michel.
I'll make it 4. I think the matchup for Sony's not great. Might not be as involved. Edmonds also has been fantastic, even without scoring, and so love Edmonds out of those 3 too.
All right, we got A-Train. Shout out Mike Allstott, number 40. Derek Carr or Herbert, full PPR. This is where it gets tricky here. We'll go to you first, Bob.
Miami's pass secondary is good. So I'm going to chase the upside with Herbert. He had 300 yards passing in both games last year against Kansas City. One game he had 3 touchdowns, one he had 1. I'm just going to take the hope he gets to that 3 this time around.
Jordan?
Yeah, I'm going to take Herbert as well. I like the matchup better against Kansas City's defense. I think the Raiders will be fine and win, but that doesn't necessarily mean great fantasy production for Carr. I also love the full PPR stipulation here. Maybe Herbert catches a nice pass on a Philly special.
Totally agree. Yeah, I think a huge day for Jared Cook in the passing game. I was on with our good friend Chris Benavides of the Commish Fantasy Football Podcast. Check him out. He had mentioned, per Pro Football Focus, the Miami Dolphins actually have the 3rd toughest matchup versus quarterback so far in 2 weeks. So Bob laid it down nicely. I'm going to stick with my boy Jay Herbs. Also, shouts out to the Ducks who went to the game last night. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yes. Go Ducks, go Herbert. Get him in there. All right, Nuck, if you buck, back again. Cordell Patterson, Corey Davis, Lat Murray, full PPR flex spot. Go to you first, Jordan.
I'll take Davis here. It's definitely not Davis Murray, though.
I'm going to go Davis, too. Belichick is not on the other sideline today.
I agree. Denver allows the 9th most points to outside wide receivers this season, so I think Corey Davis will be fine.
Yeah, Corey Davis. All right. Alex Madison or Swift? We'll go to you, Sky.
I feel like we've had this 15 times. We've had a couple of these, which is fine. I mean, people don't necessarily hear it. It's cool. In full PPR, I'm going to go Swift. Half or standard, I would go with Madison personally.
I'm going Swift here. I think he's going to get just so many catches today. I think he's going to have to catch a lot of balls against the Ravens.
Yeah, I like Swift. Jordan?
Swift as well. I think the one stipulation may be standard. I might go Madison, but even then I'm still maybe 50-50.
Got a super, Bob?
I don't see it. He was a super. Nothing came out my screen.
We got you here. Our boy John Vickers is back. Bench 1, RB. Harris, Carson. Oh, bench 1. Okay. PPR, bench 1. Harris, Carson, CEH, and Madison. This might actually be Najee because it's in the front of the line. So let's talk through it. Bunch of names here. Bench 1, full PPR, Najee Harris or Damian Harris, Carson, CEH, and Madison. If it's Damian Harris, I'm sitting Damian Harris. If it's Najee Harris, I am personally saying, yikes. I might even sit Najee Harris.
I'm sitting both Harrises in either scenario.
Wow. Yeah, me too. Buck?
I'm gonna sit CEH.
I am as well.
So we're split here.
Damian Harris, I'll sit Damian Harris. Najee Harris, I'll sit CEH.
My thing is, you got to show it on the field, Jordan. And I think you resonate with that. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it through. It's not 2 weeks, fellas. It's 18 weeks. That's the problem.
The Chiefs have no need to get him involved. I mean, they're fine without any run game. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, like Pat Mahomes are going to be fine without, elite production from CEH.
We got a couple extra supers here, guys. Yes, we do. So a couple things I want to talk about, guys. Number one, all our proceeds today from our show, everything you guys donate to us, we're going to 100% is going to Mike Tagliare's family. We want to make sure that we're, promoting this. This is a terrible situation, and our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to his family. So we're donating 100% today. So We are trying to get to all your questions, but hey, just a little, if you want to donate $1 or $2, a little bit goes a long way to their family. We want to make sure we're supporting them as well. So to dive into the question, full PPR league flex spot, guys. Gaskin, Hunt, Mooney, or Rondael Moore? Question mark. Let's answer that first. Let's jump down to Jordan. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, with Rondael Moore, Hopkins looks like he's a go, so I'm not going to go with Moore. I might take the shot on Mooney with Justin Fields making his first start. No idea who's going to be his preferred target, but I think in a full PPR, I'll take Mooney there. For the quarterback, I mean, I guess Carr. I mean, definitely not Matt Ryan, though.
Mooney, and I'm going to go Mooney and Goff. Mooney and Justin Fields get extra work. You usually have the twos and the twos at practice early in the offseason. So it's been Mooney and Justin Fields. So I'm going to go Mooney there. And then I'm going to go with Jared Goff, actually. Garbage time king, leads the NFL in pass attempts. Going to be another like that against the Ravens today.
Buck?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Goff. I agree with you there, Sky. And I'm going to go with Rondael Moore. The kid has just shown me too much. And I have to think that coaching staff down there is really trying to scheme him back in as much as possible. He's done everything on the field so far. I just want to see him get in that end zone.
I'm super stoked to be texting the boys at like halftime when Jared Goff has 3 points and I'm sweating bullets and he finishes the week as the QB5 because he throws for 400 yards in the second half. So I'm rolling Goff all day, but you guys are going to get that text message and you're going to remind me of this moment. And then for the receiver, I'm going Rondael Moore. I think the Henderson news for the Jacksonville secondary is big time. So I'm going to go Rondael Moore. We have another super chat, boys. Sorry, go ahead.
To quote Fred McGriff, these are the instructional videos that get results. Right there.
Shouts out to a crime dog. Nice reference.
The crime dog.
Nice.
All right, we got Z1 Enster. Zinster. My apologies. What's up, fellas? What's up, man? How you doing? Pick one. Fields, Bridgewater, Danny Dimes. Cheers. What do you guys think, boys? Let's jump over to Buck. Give us your Fields, Bridgewater, or Danny Dimes.
I'm going to go Danny Dimes here. I think he has the plus matchup here. I think the fact that he is able to run and he's the fastest player in the NFL really benefits him in this situation.
Just loving that stat. Loving that stat today.
He really is the fastest player in the NFL, Sky. Convince me otherwise, please. I'm going Danny Dimes here.
Yeah, I'm also going Dimes. I like the matchup as well. You mentioned the rushing floor. I mean, Fields could have a great day, but in his first NFL start, I'd prefer to go with Dimes, who's had 2 great weeks and a great matchup this week.
Yeah, I'll go with Dan as well. I really want Fields to blow up in this game. And speaking of not fastest guys in the NFL, I accidentally saw a Jay Ajayi highlight from the Eagles a couple years ago. I apologize, Jordan, where he was on he had 40-yard head start and got caught on the 10-yard line. It was
in the
like
Super Bowl, right?
It was like the end of his career. It was super sad. It might have been. It was really bad.
Would never happen to Danny Dimes.
I'm going to go Danny Dimes here too. Although all of the rushing we're talking about with Daniel Dimes, Justin Fields could absolutely have too, because he's going to be like, Myles Garrett, I'm running, and he could just be scared and rack up fantasy points too. So I'll go with Danny Dimes here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fields blows it out.
I'm going Justin Fields. I think
I might turn myself around too.
He's going to actually run so much. I just don't. He's the type of kid. If you watched him in last week's game, he took off and run a bunch in that game. Give me the rushing production. I know Danny Dimes runs sometimes, but I think Fields is going to be like a Jalen Hurts type player, and he might not be the most efficient thrower, but it's not going to matter. I think he's going to get plenty of rushing production, so I'm going Fields.
What I need to see though, Bob, is a flat out 40-yard sprint between the two of them, because I guarantee you Danny Dimes is faster.
I guarantee you Justin Fields is faster. 100%.
Wait,
100%.
No, it's Dimes, man. you can't sleep on the Dimes. All right.
Oh God.
All right. Start Boyd, OBJ, Quintez. That's a hell of a spelling of Cephas right there. Cepheus, Hardman. Yes, whatever that is. Half point PPR. Boyd, OBJ, Cephas, Hardman. Jordan, will go to you first.
I touted OBJ earlier. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to go Boyd.
Yeah, Higgins is out, guys. I think that's going to be big. Yeah. Higgins is out. TJ Watt is out for the defensive line of the Steelers. I think they're going to have more work there, so I'm going to go with Boyd as well.
Boyd.
Yeah, it's tough here though. I'm attracted to Cephas. You know, like I look at it, it makes me feel pretty good. And the fact is the target share is there. I'm gonna go Boyd, but just know that I have a Cephas in my heart. Need one for the flex here from Ship, Chark, Galladay, KJ Osborne, who this is like the fourth question to mention KJ Osborne. We'll go to you first, Guy.
KJ Osborne. All this Danny Dimes talk is getting me going with Galladay here, so I'm going to reluctantly go with Galladay. And I apologize, Ship. I don't love any of these players this week. I will go with Galladay, though. Squeaky wheel. Let's just hope for that.
What about Sterling Shepard?
Yeah, he's it.
What about him?
I think the AJ Terrell injury is big, though. That's their best cornerback on the outside. I think that means Kenny Galladay can beat up on these corners. He is hurt himself, so I'm gonna lean Galladay. Galladay here.
Shoot, for me, I'm going DJ Chark. They're going to be playing catch up all day, and nobody likes ketchup on a cheesesteak like DJ Chark. I'm going to go DJ Chark here. That was for you, by the way.
If you put ketchup on a cheesesteak, I have bigger problems than you starting Chark or Galladay or KJ Osborne. It's cheese, it's onions. Maybe if you want to put peppers on there, you can. But
the Wong Hots, right?
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's Galladay. I think Marvin Jones has been Lawrence's preferred target. It seems Chark has not been getting a lot of high quality targets, even though he has gotten targets. I think like of his 12 week one targets, like 6 were deemed catchable. Galladay is officially active, plays Atlanta's defense. And Sky mentioned the squeaky wheel. I think it's more like a absolutely screaming wheel, but I'll go Galladay.
I think it's a Sterling Shepard game. I really do. All right, rolling out Zeke and Pollard. Not sure how he feels. Well, that's tough because you have one offense there instead of multiple offenses. So, Thunder Chunky, best of luck. All right. We got high here. PPR. Sterling Shepard, Claypool, Rondael Moore, or KJ Osborne. That's the 5th appearance. Choose one out of that foursome here. Jordan, will go to you.
Yeah, I mean, with Deontay being out, obviously Claypool gets a little bit of a bump in that Steelers offense, but Big Ben's not, what he used to be. He struggles to get it down the field. I mean, Cincinnati's defense isn't fantastic, but I will go Sterling Shepard in the event that it is a Shepard game that you mentioned, and against that Atlanta defense, someone's going to be scoring for the Giants, and I think it's a good chance that it's Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons give up the 6th most points to slot receivers. That means it's Shepard, and I like that. I'm going Sterling Shepard.
Exactly. I think it's a big Shepard week. I'm glad that you saw it my way. It took long enough. All right, we got Crazy Sticks with a Z. Should I start CEH or Trey Sermon? Sky, welcome back to the Thunderdome, pal.
I'll go with Sermon here. I know we're all expecting a bounce back so far this morning on CEH, but I'm going to go with the usage and just hope for the best here. They're both big-time question marks. Let's go with the TD upside. I think that's Sermon.
Bob, you asleep at the wheel?
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, he didn't really do well against the Chargers last year. Now I'm looking at it, but he had 6 catches. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to go with the analysis and go Trey Sermon. Top 5 run game matchup.
Believe it or not,
Bob's just a little on tilt after that O'Shaughnessy injury last week, trying to string time in late here. Just taking a little longer.
No, all right. Just to be fair, I like to, if there's a matchup that's like a division, I like to see how they did last year. So I'm just pulling up and I'm like, oh crap, he did so bad against the Chargers last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go Trey Sermon. All right, it took me a second. My bad, everybody. Anyway, move on.
I'm gonna trust the system here. I'm gonna go with Trey Sermon, and we've seen it time after time for the last 3 to 4 years. Whoever the 49ers pump in there, they will produce at some level in a fantasy perspective. I'm going to go Trey Sermon. I simply I hate CEH. Can I just admit it?
Whoa!
I don't like the player.
Jeez.
Yeah, I said it. Y'all can scold me in the comments. It's all good. I don't like the guy. He does nothing for me. Yeah, it was an H-bomb.
Did you have him last year that he did? What did this guy do to you?
Yeah, he did that to me. Yeah. And now he's gone.
Well, here's another one.
Got another super chat, boys, from Tim Westby. Thanks, Tim. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. So Lost CMC, 2-point per PPR, need one running back and a flex. CEH, Jamar Chase, Hunt, Jamal Williams, Mooney, and then the artist known as Peyton Barber. Thanks much. Much love. Love you too, brother.
Okay, it's not Peyton Barber.
No.
The artist.
Jordan, why don't you kick us off here?
Yeah, absolutely. In a 2-point PPR, I'll take Jamar Chase, and then I'll take Mooney as well.
I agree. I'm going to take those two as well. Bobo?
CEH for me, boys.
2.
RB and a flex.
He's taking CEH twice.
Yeah, but hold on.
Not bad.
You need an RB in there.
Yeah, Jordan and I were incorrect as well. Anyway, we got to start over. We need a running back and a flex, Jordan.
I saw the pick too. I mean, Hunt and Jamar.
I'll go with Chase, and I will go CEH in this particular instance.
Chase and CEH.
Yeah, I'm going to go my hatred, CEH and Jamar Chase here.
I knew you'd come around, bud.
It takes a while sometimes, Sky. You know, it's a Sunday morning. It's early. I have an RB situation. Najee, Gibson, Mike Davis, DeAndre Swift, Tyson Williams, Madison. Needs 3 of these in a standard league format for my guy, Sky. What you got?
Start 3 in a standard. Okay. Tyson Williams for sure. Najee Harris for sure. And in a standard format, I'm going to go with Gibson. Don't like the matchup against Buffalo. We've talked about it all morning long. Madison's probably the better choice, but I'm going to go with Gibson. So for me, I'm going to go Najee, Gibson, Tyson Williams in standard.
Bob?
Tyson, I'm going to go completely rogue here, and it's just flat out because of the matchups, and I don't care anymore. It's going to be Swift, Williams, and Alexander Madison for me.
It's week 3, Bob.
Going rogue. Don't care anymore. Don't care. I mean, Najee Harris catches a 25-yard touchdown. It doesn't disguise the fact that it was god-awful on his other touches. And he's dead last in my metric. I will go down with my metric. I don't care. Fading. Gibson, 2 with Buffalo. Swift, Williams, Alexander Madison.
Bob, really quick. But before you get in here, Bob, can we agree that Najee Harris is your Miles Sanders for me?
Oh,
can we just
get it, man.
Okay.
That pass play made me so agitated last week because I was like so spot on about my fade, and then he catches this 25-yard touchdown on
baller.
The guy just whiffs on the tackle, and
Dude,
I'm like,
so good.
And then he gets 14 touches for 56 yards. Otherwise,
how good is Najee Harris?
So good. So
Buck,
good.
go ahead, bud.
Yeah, big ups to the metrics out there. I'm going to go with Tyson Williams as my 1. I think DeAndre Swift, even in a standard league, I think the utilization will be there. I'm going to go with Swift. And then I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm going to go with Alex Madison here. I think Madison should get more carries than what we'll see out of Gibson for this particular week against this Bills defense. I'm going to go Madison, Williams, and Swift, the back 3 of your proposed 6.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in another vote for Tyson and Alexander Madison in the standard format. And despite Bob's hatred for Najee, I mean, the opportunity is always going to be there in a standard league. I'm going to go with the guy that's going to get 100% almost of those rush attempts for Pittsburgh.
For the record, I love Najee Harris. Great player. All right, we got Josh here. Mike Davis, Trey Sermon, Damian Harris, full PPR. Jordan, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, I mean, this one's tough just because pretty much, I mean, Mike Davis is going to probably see the most receiving work out of these guys in the PPR. No idea how Trey Sermon will be involved in the pass game, but 49ers running backs are always a running back by decimated committee at this point. Damian Harris never sees any of the receiving work with James White there, but I'll take upside of Trey Sermon. It's very possible that he's in a 3 running back committee this week, but it's also possible that he turns in a 100-yard, 2-touchdown performance. The 49ers offense is that efficient, and so I'll take that upside.
Sermon for me.
Yeah, I'm going Sermon here. You nailed it right there, Jordan. We got a super chat in here. John, great show, guys. Love and prayers to the Tags fam. Absolutely.
Buck, can we give one more shout out for that? We got a half hour left in the stream. I just want to give one more shout out on what we're doing here today. If you're just joining us late, we're getting to as many questions as we possibly can. Today, all of our super chat functions go. You see John here contributing $1.99. John, again, we appreciate that. Any contributions we get today are going toward Mike Tagliere and his family. Mike Tagliere, unfortunately, passed away this weekend. An absolute pillar, kingpin in the fantasy football space, a huge inspiration to myself and the rest of the boys here on this channel. And he's a reason that most of us in this space are even doing what we do. Huge inspiration there. So if anybody can contribute or you'd like to contribute to Mike's wife, Tabby, and the kids here, please contribute here to the super chat. 100% of the super chat today will go to that GoFundMe. You see it scrolling on the bottom as well. So if you want to maybe keep your donation private, we respect that. And you can go to support the Tagliere family on GoFundMe, put any donation in there you'd like to. They have raised over $275,000 in 24 hours. Just shows you what kind of a person Tags was in the space. So once again, all super chat functions today going toward Mike Tagliere. Please contribute if you can. And if you just want to throw a note like John did, not even a question, my man, just giving a contribution. John, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
We got Jason Zach here. Jamar Chase or KJ Osborne at flex in a full PPR. This one is Jamar Chase for myself.
This is also Chase. Even if Higgins were there, it would still be Chase. KJ Osborne had the great week last week. He would be a hero play, and if he does pay off, but I mean, it's Jamar Chase.
Chase, absolutely.
It's so funny though. Like this year, you thought to yourself that maybe the Bengals might be a problem in terms of identifying a wide receiver 1, yet you have Jamar Chase 2 straight weeks just doing his thing, looking really good. All right, let me get back to our questions here from that super chat. We got a bunch, boys.
Yeah, we do. Let's blaze these out. Blaze time.
I think we got that one. We got that one. Mike Williams or Robert Woods from Andrea.
Hey, Andrea. Good morning. Robert Woods for me.
I'll go Mike Williams.
Love Mike Williams, though.
I'm going Mike Williams. I'm sorry, but if you're averaging 10 targets a game, I'm gonna. Sky, you've been doing this with me enough. If you get over 10 targets a game, like if you're at double digits, I want you in my lineup. Period.
Yeah.
So I got to see it with Bob.
Yeah, you get a bona fide Bucky sticker if you get 10 targets a game. So Mike Williams.
I'm just a touches guy, pal. I'm a touches guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Good luck.
I don't have many. Yeah, exactly. Not much touching going on, but yes. All right. Dylan Martinelli here. Devonta Smith. Bob Wood. Guys, can I just say it? Can we have some commas in here for the love of God?
Yeah, a comma would really help out.
We got Devonta Smith. We got Bob Woods. We have, I hope that's Allen Robinson or Jones Jr. as a flex. Half point PPR. We'll start there. We'll go to you first, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, commas and first names help, especially with common last names. Half point PPR, 10-team league. If it's Allen Robinson, I'm going Allen Robinson. If it's James Robinson, I'm definitely not. If it's James Robinson, I'd go Robert Woods.
I'm going to go Devonta Smith regardless.
This one's tough. I'm going to go Bob Woods. If it is James Robinson, if it's Allen Robinson, I'm going Robinson. I'm with you, Jordan, on that one. And then the second question here, Madison or Fournette instead of Falcon Cook?
Um,
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, if Bob were here, he would give Fournette. So I'll give Bob a shout out real quick. Bob's vote is Fournette. I'm going to stick with Madison. As much as people don't like the Rams versus the Bucks, I don't like the Bucks versus the Rams on the run game either. I know the touches are there, yada yada, but I'm going to go with Madison on that one.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Madison there.
We got a super chat, Bucky. Hold on.
All right.
Shouts out to Chris Quintero.
That's
got
Quake.
Quake. Shouts out to Quake. Thanks for joining in, man. Super chat function again. All proceeds going to Mike Taglia's family. Got two ugly ones here, boys. Standard League, Darnell Mooney or Sony Michel. We'll start with that one. Mooney for me.
Mooney for me.
I'm gonna go Mooney here.
And then Hunter Renfrow or Peyton Barber. Yikes. Deep Raiders here. With the running backs, I'm probably just hoping for a fall into the end zone situation. Yeah, so we're going to go Mooney across the board at the first one there. And then I'm going to go with Renfrow, man. He's been kind of sneak attack, at least getting you the catches and the yardage, and I just don't trust Peyton Barber.
Yeah, that's going to be the same for me. I mean, Renfrow has, I know this is a standard league and not PPR, but he's still going to get a lot of looks, a lot of targets, a lot of receptions. I was texting my friend earlier when I thought I had to start Peyton Barber this week and was not enjoying the start to my Sunday and was like, honestly, at this point, I'm hoping he falls into the end zone or gets tackled in because he's not scoring. Luckily made a trade for Tyson Williams, and so I avoided that landmine. But yeah, I'll go Renfrow.
Yeah, this question makes me want to curl up in a ball and cry for a couple of hours prior to kickoff of those 4:30 games. I'm going to go with Barber on the second one just because I think John Gruden is stubborn enough to simply keep giving him the football despite his lack of abilities to play the game of football. I'm going to go Peyton Barber just because he will get touches. All right, let's go with this one here from Lore Rex. Madison or Swift? I got DeAndre Swift here, assuming it's half-point PPR.
Yeah, half or full. We're gonna go Swift. We've had a lot of Madison versus Sermon and Tyson Williams and Swift. I'm gonna go Swift here. It's gonna be dump down city in the second half for the Lions.
Absolutely.
All right, we got pick 2 here from Joey Dell. Pittman PPR. Pittman, Devonta Smith, Trey Sermon, one for flex and one for his wide receiver 2 position here for Joey Dell. Sky will lead you off here.
All right, pick 2 PPR here. Man, I want to go with Pittman. He played very well, but he was terrible week 1. Carson Wentz is on 2 broken ankles, sprained. I'm going to go Smith and Sermon.
I agree there, Jordan.
I'll go Pittman Smith. I know Pittman had the tough week 1, but balled out week 2. I know Wentz is kind of struggling, but I think if there were any question, the Colts would sit him. They in the trade to get Wentz, they had the stipulation that second round becomes a conditional first if Wentz plays 75+% of snaps. If there was any question, I think they'd not use him and run him out there.
All right, we got Moreno here. Full PPR. Keenan Allen in. Who would you go with out of Mike Williams, Rondael Moore, DJ Chark, and Odell Beckham Jr.? Kind of juicy.
Rondael Moore for me. Only because you're already playing Keenan Allen. And I actually have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams in 3 different leagues. I have both of them, and I'm playing both of them, but I don't have Rondael Moore. So I'm going to differentiate a little bit here, and I'm going to go Moore and Allen.
Yeah, I think for me it's Williams just because, Allen and Williams can both find the end zone this weekend. It's not out of the question. I get that they both can't score on the same play. They're on the same offense, but in the event that Keenan Allen goes 4 for 80 and Mike Williams catches both of those touchdowns, you'd be upset that you played Rondael just because you've already started Keenan.
Yeah, with Rondael, it's tough. I want to see more snaps for the guy, and maybe that comes this week. I think it's Rondael for me just because you're already starting Keenan Allen. So I'm going to go with Rondael Moore.
Bucky, real quick, it looks like we have one that we missed earlier. Half point PPR, need a running back and a flex. Singletary, Sony, and Kirk.
Kirk.
Running back and a flex, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we need one of Singletary and Sony, and then potentially Kirk in the flex. So it sounds like Kirk in the flex.
My mistake. Good catch. Singletary and Kirk for me. Fade Michelle.
Yep. Same board.
Yep.
All right, let's find this here. We got a lot of good chatter in the chats here. There was Anthony, and here's The Rock. We have The Rock. We have the state of Vermont and The Rock.
Dwayne,
team.
it's really great to see you this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, Dwayne. Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
Big win for the Hurricanes this weekend. Go ahead.
It was. 12-team PPR. Wide receiver 2 and a flex option here. Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Alex Madison, or Trey Sermon. So we have a wide receiver and a flex piece here. Jordan, will go to you.
I'm taking both wide receivers there, Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith. We talked about Jamar with Higgins out, and I think Devonta against that Cowboys defense should be a pretty good showing.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough to sit those running backs, though.
Shoot. I'm going to go Madison and Jamar Chase. I don't see it with Smith yet. Maybe this week.
Got another super here, Ethan Adams. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. PPR, Davis or CEH and Fuller or Parker. No Deontay Johnson. Okay, so first of all, this is Mike Davis, I would imagine. Okay. Oh, I mean, just thinking instead of maybe Corey Davis. So Mike Davis or CEH. I'm going to go CEH personally, and then Fuller or Parker. Oh God, I don't want any Dolphins personally, but I'm going to go Fuller just on the big play opportunity.
I'm gonna dice it up a little bit here. I'm gonna go CEH just because of the fact that they should be in the red zone more than the Falcons this week, and then I'm gonna go with Parker because he's a confounding fantasy football player. You just don't know what you're gonna get when he takes over. He does take over, and I'm rolling the dice on him taking over this week. I'm going Devontae.
Yeah, I'm on board with CEH for the same reason of being in the end zone more often. Potential to score is a lot higher. And I agree with Parker, actually. I hear Sky on the big play ability. I just feel like Brissett's not really that big play quarterback. And, I feel like I'll just take the multiple receptions from Parker, even though they may be shorter in a PPR.
All right, we got Andrea here. Mike Williams, Bob Woods, PPR. Juicy question right here, Sky.
Yeah, this is tough, Andrea. We've gone over this, I think, a couple of times this morning. I think we just did it, and I went with Robert Woods, but I like Mike Williams as well. I'm going to go with Mike Williams here. I think Buck has a good point just with all those targets. My thing is, it's just Cooper Kupp, as much as I love him, is going to come back to earth eventually, and if he does, it's going to be Robert Woods because they're going to triple cover him, and I think Todd Bowles is that kind of defensive mind to do it. I'm going to go Mike Williams here. I think it's a shootout. I believe in Herbie. I'll take Mike Williams. Bob?
Hey, guys.
Williams or Woods?
Oh, Woods, baby. Woods all day today. Let's do it.
I'm going to go Bobby Woods here.
And I'll even it out 2-2 with a Mike Williams vote.
All right, we got Nuke here. Nuke Hopkins also dropping in, playing his own game. Flex RB2, full PPR. James Robinson, Sermon, Sony Michel, Devonta Smith. I'm going Sermon and Devonta Smith out of those four.
I am as well.
Same.
Sermon and James Robinson this week for me.
God damn it, Bob.
James Robinson. Who's James Robinson?
Over Devonta?
Bob,
Yeah,
what are you
man.
talking
Sorry,
about?
boys. I talked about this, boys. Top number 8 in my metric. I set it up for you guys, and you
Bob,
don't listen.
What is
I'm
going
sorry.
on here?
I get it. But James Robinson's going to get a lot of those PPR dump offs today.
This guy comes off of his Union 15 dropping bombs. Jeez.
All right, we got Harris here. Pick one running back, one flex, non-PPR, so standard league. Alexander Madison, relative of James Madison, clearly, or Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon, Mike Williams, or Juju. So we have one running back, one flex. Jordan, lead us off.
The running back's going to be Mixon for me. And the flex is going to be Mike Williams.
Madison and Juju. Oh, non-PPR. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. We don't even need a wide receiver. So let's go with Mixon and Madison.
I'm going to go, of course, my boy Leonard Fournette, my start of the week. Sorry, folks. And then I'm also going to tell Joe Mixon. I think the volume's just too big to pass him up in standard.
Yeah, I'm not as scared with Watt out either with Mixon as I usually am. So
yeah, I'm going Mixon. I'm going Madison here. Volume matters. Jared Cook versus the Chiefs or Logan Thomas versus the Bills. We'll start there with Phantom Beast. Jordan, kick us off.
I'm going to go with Cook. Pretty nice matchup against the Chiefs there. Much easier than the Bills for Logan Thomas. Do I believe in Julio this week? Yeah, of course I do.
I'm going to go Cook as well. Matt Milano's the truth in the middle there for Buffalo. So Logan Thomas, I think, will get more targets. But in this particular matchup, I think Cook does more with it. And the touchdown upside is there in that game. So I'm going to go with Cook.
Yeah, I'm going to go Joe here. Yep.
Cook and Julio, baby. Love him. Against Indy, come on. He's got this.
All right, we got Tim Lesby here. Morning, fam. What's up? Rodgers or Reddy? No. Rodgers or Brady? Rodgers or Brady? We already talked about this. We all went with Brady here this week.
We didn't get Jordan, I think, in there. Jordan, do you agree? Brady or Rodgers?
Yeah, I'll go Brady.
All right, deviate here. Full PPR, flex spot, Swift, Madison, Trey Sermon. I assume that's Damian Harris and Tyler Boyd.
Wow.
Full PPR.
Flex PPR. That's a good squad. It's a good
This is the
squad.
person that's been navigating the waiver wire. Good for you, man. Honestly.
I'm going Swift here, boys. I'm going Swift. I'll let y'all dice it up.
It's Swift for me too, so the dicing can be passed on to Sky.
I'm going Swift. So back over to you, Sky.
Yeah, well, I'm outvoted either way. So it's Swift. But I think Tyler Boyd has a coming out party today without T. Higgins.
All right, we got Dennis. Dennis here, half point PPR. Needs 2 out of the following: Gibson, Bob Woods, Mike Williams, Sony Michel. Maximum of 1 running back here.
For me, it'd be Gibson and Mike Williams.
I'm going Gibson, Mike Williams as well, Jordan. Now you are speaking my language.
Yeah, I'll go Williams too, and Gibson, but Bobby Woods is a good start today.
That's the one that made me hesitate there with Williams.
Bobby Woods not even close to me versus Mike Williams. We're going Woods and Gibson.
All right, we got Sebastian here. What was that?
It
was.
Sense
I think I saw Hurts or Allen, and I'm guessing.
Yeah, Hurts or Allen. So Jalen Hurts or
Jalen
Josh
Hurts.
Allen.
Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen.
I was going to save my homer take for last, but it's going to be Hurts for me. I mean, look at last week. He had no pass touchdowns, but just the rushing floor gives him, a very usable, and you're not going to be disappointed with Hurts' rushing floor. He now faces Dallas and should be able to, have a better passing numbers than he did last week against San Francisco. I'll take Hurts.
Sky?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hurts as well. Washington football team, quality defense. Josh Allen isn't Josh Allen yet, so I'm gonna go Hurts as well on Monday Night Football.
Hurts.
Reluctantly, I go Hurts here as well. That Brian Dable has not been calling the same type of offense he was for the last 2 seasons. I don't know what got into his head. This 5 wide stuff, you got to get rid of it, man. You got to play a tight end, play your running backs, get them all involved. It's getting crazy. Trey Sermon or James White, half point PPR. Sorry for the rant.
Last one here for me. I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. And hope the Niners stick with one guy here. So fingers crossed for my Niners on Sunday night. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, half point. I'm going to Sermon here. Half point Sermon for me. Jordan?
Yeah, I'll take Sermon just for the upside. I mean, he can take over that backfield versus James White is not going to have that, rushing attempt share with Damian Harris.
Yeah, I'm going Sermon too. And looks like we have another super chat. So shout out to Jason. Appreciate you sharing the love. Remember, all proceeds today's show is going to Mike Tagliare's family. We're going to send all our proceeds to the GoFundMe. So 10 minutes left. If you guys can donate, that'd be great. Question, Brady or Herbert, boys? I'm going to kick up the buck. What do you got?
Tom Brady. Guy's 45 years old. He looks 30. Guy makes me look like a chump every single day. I'm going with Brady.
Yeah, it's got to be the plant-based diet. I like my chicken and my steaks too much to go with it, but I'll at least start him in fantasy. So I'll go with Brady.
Brady as well. Back to you, Buck.
All right. We got CP here. Pick one, wide receiver, full PPR. Mooney, Kenny G, Hardman, Aguilar, Tim Patrick. Any small craft advisories to announce also appreciated. 0 small craft advisories. The weather looks beautiful out there, CP. The weather looks beautiful. There's a reason we don't interrupt the program. Okay. Now, Jordan, what you got?
I'm going to pick Kenny Galladay here in a full point PPR. Juicy matchup. Danny Dimes has been going well so far, and I'll write it out. It could be that Sterling Shepard game, but this also could be the week that it's Kenny G. And when I'm choosing between him and Mooney, Hardman, Aguilar, Tim Patrick, I'll take Kenny Galladay.
I'm going Kenny G as well. No AJ Terrell, top cornerback for the Falcons, so I go Kenny G.
I don't pick Giants, so I'm going to go Mooney. All right. Miles Sanders or Sutton. Bob, we'll lead it off with you.
Miles Sanders, to me, Jets are deceivingly very good against the wide receiver position, so I'm going to go Miles Sanders.
Jordan?
Yeah, Miles Sanders against the Cowboys defense. I'll take Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miles Sanders against those boys. All right, we got Grant Dukas. Mooney or Fournette PPR. For me, it's Fournette.
Correct.
I will take Mooney.
2-1.
All right, Diggs, Evans, Hill, Hockenson, Lockett. PPR pick 3. Also has Marquise Brown. So let's go with these 5. I think you have to start Hockenson first off. Like Hockenson needs to be in there, but you have so many other great options. For me, it's Hill, it's Lockett, it's Hockenson. And I'm actually benching Diggs, believe it or not. The Bills, I don't know what the hell they're doing, boys, but it's driving me insane as a Bills fan. Shout out my guy Zimmer. I'm going to fade Diggs. I'm fading Diggs and Evans.
It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Wrong. I think I agree with you, and I think that's the right answer. Like, I think we look back on this question at the end of the day today, and it's going to be, I think, Lockett, Hockenson, and Hill, just like you said, that have the highest scores. It's just so hard to put Diggs on the bench, but I do think that is the right answer. But Marquise Brown is definitely lower. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Diggs. I mean, the Washington football team's allowed the 6th most points to wide receivers this year. It hasn't been that good. So I'm going to go Diggs. I'm staying with him. Hill, I think, is a lock. And Lockett, too. I think DK Metcalf is going to see a lot of Patrick Peterson this week. So I think Lockett has a big game. So Lockett, Hill, Diggs.
All right, we got Adam here. Sermon or DJ Chark at flex PPR. Looking for upside, but safe at the same time. If you're looking for safe, I think the safe play is Sermon here, right? He's the running back. Yeah. He should get at least 15 different touches on the day. I believe in that more than I believe in DJ Chark. Bob?
Sermon for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is the safe, should have a lot of the touches out of the backfield. He also is the upside. If he does run away with those backfield touches today and, could easily turn in a 100-yard, 2-touchdown game.
You guys want to do rapid fire or what?
Rapid. Yeah. We already got this one here. Gaskin, Claypool, Cordell Patterson, pick up Madison, drop Patterson. Just do that. We're good on that. Yeah, we're good there. All right, Pittman over D-Hop. Think they game plan for the passing game. No.
No.
I'm going D-Hop all day long right now, Obi-Wan Jutsu. All right, we got Scary Terry against Buffalo or Debo against the Packers, PPR. I'm probably going to go with Debo here. He's done too much. And like Bob alluded to earlier, I don't think he's going to have the Jair Alexander treatment all day. I'm going to go with Debo.
I'm going to go Scary. I'll go Scary.
Terry as well.
All right, Terry McLaurin it is. Nope, we already got it. Sony Michel, Devin Singletary, Christian Kirk. I'm going Singletary here, boys. He's been productive. He has been productive.
Yeah, against Tampa Bay's defense, I don't want to play Michelle. I'll go Singletary and Kirk.
Oh, it's a flex too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Kirk, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna roll with you too on that. Singletary, Kirk.
Sermon, James White, Corey Davis, half point PPR. I think volume is king here. I'm going Sermon. Jordan, to you.
I'll go Corey Davis.
Sermon.
You believe in Sermon, Bob. I love that. All right, we got Sermon, Hunt, Rondael Moore, and a PPR. Tricky question. I'm going Rondael Moore. I'm going full upside here.
I'll go Moore as well.
Sermon.
Victor, what's up, buddy? 0.25 PPR. Pick one. Mike Williams. Monty?
Is that Montgomery? David Montgomery?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Pittman, Marquise Brown. If it's Montgomery, I'm going Montgomery.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All right. So we're going Montgomery there, boys. All right. So many questions here. Sarah, half point PPR, wide receiver flex, Mike Evans, Marquise Brown, Mike Davis, or Tyler Boyd. Bob.
Tyler Boyd. And Mike. Ooh. Tyler Boyd, Marquise Brown.
You had Mike. You had the option of Evans or Davis, and you switched it. I'm going to go Boyd and Evans though.
I'm going to go Evans. I'm actually going to go Marquise Brown. I think Hollywood gets another today. Hey, Loons. Those are my friends. All right, what's up, guys? I got some questions. PPR, Madison, got to pick one. Madison, Mike Davis, Myles Gaskin, Trey Sermon, Kenyon Drake.
Fantastic name. Fantastic question. It's Sermon.
Sermon.
I'm actually going to go Madison there over Sermon. All right, Anthony, 0.5 PPR. Pick 2 out of 3. I need a running back and a flex. Devin Singletary, Sony Michel, Christian Kirk, Jordan.
2 out of 3 running back and flex. Singletary Kirk.
Yeah, we just had this one. Singletary, Kirk.
Singletary Kirk. All right, we stay consistent. Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt, or Melvin Gordon, full point PPR. Bob?
Miles Sanders.
Sanders, go Birds.
I'll be up in Philly for the Bucks game in October, by the way. So go Birds. All right. Jackie, need 2. Kirk, Fuller, Mecole Hardman, Ayuk, Hooper, and Conklin. PPR with 2x TE premium going on here, folks. I'm going to go Kirk. No, you know what? I'm going to go Ayuk and Hooper.
I think I'm sticking with what I think your gut was of Kirk and Hooper.
I know, but it was like a semi gut.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hooper as the lock here and Kirk. Oh man.
Sterling Shepard or Julio PPR. I hate to tell you this, Jordan. I'm going Sterling Shepard in a PPR right now. I feel it.
That's wild to me.
I'm a wild guy, Jordan.
I'm going Julio.
Going Julio.
Fair enough. All right, Juju, Hollywood, or Pittman Jr. for flex. Confident in Hopkins today. Jordan.
Very confident in Hopkins. And for your flex, Hollywood.
Juju today with no Deontay.
I'm going Juju as well.
Does PPR standard make a difference for you guys?
Not in that scenario. It does not.
Okay.
Not here. I mean, PPR, Juju is like the definite for me. I think it does separate a little bit. I like the context of that, but I don't know. All of these guys can get in. All right, so we got one here. Mike Williams, DJ Chark, Rondael Moore, OBJ, full PPR. Already has Keenan Allen starting. I'm going to go upside here. I'm going to go Rondael Moore. I want that big game.
Agreed.
Mike Williams for me.
All right, we got Ruggs or Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. Totally agree there. All right. Half PPR needs 2. Chase Edmonds, Miles Sanders, or Gibson. Half PPR kind of changes things for me. I want requisite touches. I think Edmonds gets a lot in garbage time. I'm going to go Edmonds. I'm also going to go with Gibson here. No, I can't go with Gibson. Sanders. It's Sanders and it's Edmonds.
It's 9:59. Get it in. Let's go.
Sanders Gibson.
Sanders Edmonds.
All right. Trying to find the next questions here. We got a lot of action in here, fellas. We already had that. Lost the spot.
Are you looking at all or just YouTube right now?
All.
Oh, okay.
This is from Twitch. Pittman or Ayuk?
Pittman.
Pittman for me as well. Pittman, Devonta Smith, Trey Sermon. Needs a wide receiver 2 in flex.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go
Smith,
here.
Sermon.
I'm gonna go with Devonta Smith and Sermon.
Same.
Pittman and Trey Sermon.
All right. Well, that'll wrap us up, folks. Happy Sunday. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We will be here every Sunday. Jordan coming in with the electric cameo. He'll be here every Sunday during the last hour as we wrap things up. We really appreciate all the love and support. And folks, please contribute to Mike Taglier's family with the GoFundMe that we have streaming beneath this video. If you could contribute, I know it would go a long way. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If we didn't get to your questions, we apologize, but I'll be sure to follow up here in the chat if it's a 4:30 game. Best of luck to everybody. Happy football Saturday.